Hello, hello. First off, can you hear me? I'm assuming so because we've already done one live stream and my audio worked. And we have the effects back. Yay! I know you guys missed out on that with the Scrapbooking Fun Summit live stream that we just did about an hour ago. But you've got them here. So somebody test out the emote wall for me if you could. Pop in a bunch of emotes. We have the kitty going across, so that is working. And let me do, if I can remember where it is, because y'all wanted it and you didn't get it, and now you got it. We got the snail going across the bottom. Yay! How you guys doing? The emote wall's working. All the things are working. Yay! Okay. I'm a little bit tired. I'm sorry. And what's funny is as soon as I got up, yes, Scrapbooking Fun Summit. Woohoo. Thank you. Kamado. Thank you, Kristen. I think that's your name. Anyway, so I got up to go help Todd put away the groceries because I told you guys he went to Sam's while we were live so that he wouldn't be in the background and wouldn't be bugging me. Cool cats. We got all the cool cats in the house. Thank you, Miss Terry Cooper. Yeah, I got up and I told you guys I've been going to the gym, right? Yesterday was leg day. And I was using the same weights that I did that I've been doing whenever I go, which is not all the time, but I have been going a little bit. But I did mention at one point that I kind of have been doing like one exercise for muscle group, not a bunch. I stood up from just sitting here for that time with for like an hour with them. And now my hamstrings hurt. My chest and everything is better than it was yesterday. So if you guys missed it, we did do a live stream on Twitch yesterday where I was working on things instead of actually, instead of crafting. Thank you guys for watching the Rubber Ducks play. But yeah, we were doing that and I got some pictures edited and got started on doing some things for editing a video, and I got the video edited. You probably saw I got the video edited and finished, and that video went up this morning for a hop between Pear Blossom Press, Light Up Cards, and Alex Siberia, which some of you guys already know him from last month's Spellbinders with the Kyoto dolls, I think is what it was. You know, the pretty fans, better press played, and yeah, all of that. This time what I played with, where did I put the card? I don't even know where I put my things. Okay. I've actually made 3 cards so far with that set. The first one was kind of just to see how it works and just to see how did I want to do my lights. So this one does not have a light, but the better press plate, or rather the foil plate, this was actually a Glimmer foil plate. So the foil plate and the sentiment and everything all came from Alex Siberia. And then the candle, that's just a piece of scrap cardstock. You can make a candle out of anything. So you can make a birthday card basically out of anything. Rubber ducky. Yes, I know. It was fun. It was fun. I do like my ducks. I do have to say I like my ducks. And I haven't had them come up in a while. Yes, Dawn, we had the rubber ducks. And you can watch the replay if you want to over on Twitch. You don't have to, but it is up on Twitch, and I think they're keeping them up actually for longer than the 14 days that I thought. Everybody's duck is still alive. Everybody's duck is still alive. Dawn says, I hate leg day. Your legs ache for me. Oh, you guys are awesome. I do have to go back and look back at the chat. So this was the first card that I did. And then I did the one that you saw in the light up card video. Okay, that's this one. And some of you guys may recognize the card. This is from the Sunday Drive from Spellbinders that is no longer available. But I got it, and I got the add-ons, and I've never actually used the 4th of July add-ons. So I had to do this. I just had to. So yeah, I think this is so cool. And then it's got the twinkle lights. So we got the fireworks going. So then I took the waist from this one and made this one. So this one I sent off to someone at Pear Blossom Press for the newsletter that I think went out today that I have not checked my email to even see, but this one is also twinkle lights. but this time it has that reverse. So it's like, it came out so nice. I was so pleased. But yeah, so I got 3 cards out of that so far. And that one was for the video that went up this morning. By the way, I believe both companies are doing giveaways. So be sure to check out my video and the other videos that are in the hop. Enter in all the things so that you can win gift certificates from Alex Siberia or from Pear Blossom Press, because I know you guys love both of those companies. So be sure to watch those. And like I said, it's the last video that went up today on my channel. There's also some posts over on Instagram and Facebook and stuff about that. I would love it if when you do see any of my posts on Instagram or Facebook, you would hit the heart button, give them a like to help me grow over there as well, because I don't think that Instagram or Facebook know that I exist. And I also put some stuff up over on TikTok too, but you never know if anything. I'm trying to work through how things are set up over there to see if I can ever get to live stream again to there without downloading the app. But we'll see. Turns out I had something set up wrong. I think I might have fixed part of it, but it takes a while for them to do anything, so we will see. Anyhow, we're going to play again with some more Spellbinder stuff today. And I think what I want to do, I want to glimmer up that Better Press, because yeah, the Better Press was cool. I love the way the glimmer looks on Better Press, period. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, wait, did I get a package in from Spellbinders that I did? I did. I think I have some stuff under my desk, some stuff I ordered that I forgot. I just haven't had time to get into, that I think will work well with what we've got. So I'm going to have to take a look, because I have some stuff. I'll go ahead and do a little unboxing with you guys. What you want to do is you want to check out the companies and see when they have sales. And Spellbinders has sales all the time on something. And the last sale that they basically had recently, I think they've got a different one going on right now, but they had almost everything that I looked at that I've already got was on sale, like at half off. I'm like, oh my goodness. So I did wind up getting some things that I didn't already have. And I'm cleaning up, so I have a place. I need to put this away, because I just had this out showing it at during the summit Q&A that we just did on Embellished Connections YouTube channel. Okay, might as well show you what's in the box. This is just stuff that I got on sale. Let me zoom out a little bit. Camera. Out. Is that the right button? There we go. It was just delayed. I don't know why it was delayed. Okay. And yes, it was where I actually ordered the stuff. So this you've probably seen already. I've already got one. This is to hold my wax seals. Unboxing time. Woohoo. And this is just, it's not a lot. It's just a couple of things that I ordered for me to be able to use with some other stuff that is coming up. But this one, Kitty again. Hey, Kitty. Yeah. So I've already got one that is almost full, and I get a wax seal every month, because I'm on I get the wax seal of the month kit. So I needed another one of these. This is that new color deck thing that I'm going to go ahead and show it. This is that new color deck that they came out with, and I showed it. Actually, I didn't show it. It's where Kim showed me at Creativation what it was and how it works. I've got some ideas as to what I'm probably going to do with it. So I went ahead and got that. I don't remember if it was on sale or not, but I think it was. So the way this works, it's not the color cube, okay? The color cube is awesome. I'd love to get that too at some point. So I think I'm going to put it on my wish list, and if anybody wants to get it for me, you can. Hey, Jonna. Hey, Norma. So we've got the color deck. I'm going to go ahead and open up the pages. It's got the instructions here. What's inside is a 52 card pickup, right? 52 card DIY color deck cards. Side A features colorful, bright, vibrant artwork and a space for swatching. Side B is packed full of ideas and inspiration in 3 categories. So I thought that this might be something fun, if I can open the thing, along with me doing my color swatching and stuff that I plan on doing too. with the dies that I recently got from Spellbinders. But I thought that would be something fun to add into the mix of what we've already got. Kind of get me thinking a little bit further outside the box, because a lot of my designs I know look very similar to one another because I've got in my head what I like. I use basically the same colors all the time. I usually have that little white border all the way around. The Pear Blossom Press T-square has got me doing 1/2 inch and 3/8 inch ones a little bit more. And, you know, I kind of know where I want to put things on. It's where all of the different elements I've got in my head, and then I fill in the blanks with whatever I'm working with. Okay, so this has instructions as how to use it. Make color your own with the DIY color deck. So this is an interactive thing. It's not where you pull out the thing and it tells you what colors. It's where you pull out a card and you pick which colors you think they kind of just call to you, you know, what you like about it. And it gives you an example of what another artist has already done, right? So they've got 1-inch square pieces there that you can put cardstock, or you could put ink blending or something like that. So what I'm probably going to do is, actually what I had mentioned to Kim would be fun would be like attaching different types. Like you could have your watercolors with what colors you think are in there. You could have one with your cardstock. You could have one with your inks, different ones that match and go along with it. So it also gives me another reason to swatch. Okay, so we've got a bunch of things, but it does have instructions of what you have, how to use it, how to use side A, how to use side B. Shuffle the deck and involve your creative friends for artistic challenge. I just had an idea that I'm actually thinking a membership idea, membership challenges. That would be fun for when I get the membership site up. Yeah, that would be fun. Okay. So, for instance, there's side 1. It's got this pretty girl. I'm going to zoom back in to normal. And this is where you would add your different colors. And then on the back, it says color wheel. The color wheel has, fun fact, color wheel. The color wheel has its roots in math. Isaac Newton, renowned mathematician, published the new theory about light and colors in 1672. That was before you, Dawn. Because you're from the 1900s. He's from the 1600s. He experimented with splitting the spectrum of light into 7 segments based on the pattern of a musical scale. Numerous artists and scientists have since explored color theory and harmony, all based on Newton's geometric model. This would be something fun to add as like kind of as a fact of the day or something. And then I think this is neat. I hadn't actually, when I was at the show, I didn't look at the back of any of the cards. She didn't show me the back of the cards. So I don't know if this is something new for the back of the cards or if it was there and she just didn't mention it because the fronts are so pretty. But I like that. So this is an educational tool too, not just something for you to play with and figure out what colors you want to do, but you've got some kind of educational thing to help you on your artistic and creative journey on the back. I think that is super cool. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, that's one thing that I've got. And there's a bunch of different, look at the fish. Lots of color combinations. And you get to see how they work together. I think this is super nice. And now I need to scroll down my chat because it didn't. Yeah, I kind of was way up there. Because I scrolled up to see some of the chat. Vintage Barn Girl missed yesterday. It was just, you can go back onto Twitch and see it. It's still there. You can check my my videos. They're called Video on Demand. You can check that out. And it's the ducks floating around in the pool. We did get to see the spaceship delivering a couple of them, and it was fun. Judy says, I loved your snail card this morning. Too cute. I love this snail card too. So if you guys didn't see the summit yet, this is the card that I made for the Scrapbooking Fun Summit. And I need to be able to see my screen better. Okay, let's blow it up on my screen better. There we go. Now I can see the things like you can. Anyway, this is the this was one for the Scrapbooking Fun Summit. And it's the snail that you guys have been seeing for like the last month or so. Come on, buttons. There. The snail. This is the snail. You can see it's the exact same snail. So this is the snail that I've been using as that effect going across the screen. But I made him into a shaker card. And I made him into an easel card. And this morning I started thinking, you know, I probably should have made the easel back a little further. But still, I think he's cute. You get to have him sit up and watch. Yay. So fun. So thank you, Miss Judy. Kamado is saying the twinkle lights are perfect. Linda said, had to go get my granddaughter this morning, so I missed your live. I missed your live too. If Dawn went live this morning, I missed it as well because I had to make myself get up, take a shower, blow dry my hair, all the things, so I could go live at 10 o'clock with the Scrapbooking Fun Summit. Tracy keeps the replays. Yay. Okay, now we got back down to the unboxing. Kamado saying 52. Yeah, I know, 52 card pickup. And I don't know why Jen said hint, hint, hint. But apparently she was saying hint about something. Are there blank cards so you can add their own image too? So in here, no. But we're crafters. You don't have to just stick with the 52, right? My thought was you could create your own swatches. There are those petal shape. Where did I put that? It's something I was going to do and didn't finish. Ow, my legs. Ow, my legs. Okay, I'm going to see if I can find the thing that I had it in because it's around here somewhere. I started a swatch and haven't had a chance to get done, but like a couple of weeks ago, I showed you guys that petal shape. There's some swatch card things that Spellbinders has got where you can create them and put them on a ring, right? Yeah, this is not a color cube. This one is the color deck. The color cube has got the swatches already done for you and a photo for reference to help you. It's kind of like when you look on the computer, you can look up color combinations and stuff online as well to be able to find that. But the color cube is in your hands, and that one is done by Sarah Renee Clark. And she is fabulous and such a sweetheart too. I got to meet her not this year, but last year. So she is a sweetheart. Anyhow, the way that this one can work, I'm thinking you could make those additional pieces and attach it, or you can make additional cards. Oh, the hint was when you said the color cube is on my wish list. Yes. So, like I said, I want to play with all the things. So, yesterday we were in a live stream with Elizabeth, and I started thinking, you know, she's got some stuff that she would like, and I think that it would be great that if y'all wanted to help support her, help support me. We already do RACs, random acts of kindness and stuff. But if you wanted to do something off of a wish list, because she said that she had it on hers, but she didn't publish to anybody's. So how is anybody going to know that they can send it to her? So I think I'm going to actually start working on something like that for myself as well and try to help remind her, yes, go ahead and do that. Because we bought her coffee yesterday, right? But enough folks to go together and get her one of the other things that she really likes. I think that would be fun. Okay, anyway, that's one of the, look, we got a penguin. Hey, Miss Ruth, welcome. I do think that this is really cool, and it's got, this is so Halloween. I love that. We got Batman. We got the Batgirl. Anyway, I think these are going to be some good ideas. Sometimes I sit down, I don't know what colors to use, and I love rainbow, so I've been going rainbow a lot. That's what I've been doing, is a lot. Okay, going ahead and putting these back in there. Let's put her back in. And there's still a little bit of space in there, so you could create your own to go along with some of these. You know, take this picture, do some swatches, do a second card with additional swatches and put it in there with it. I think that would work out well. Or you could use an image of something that really appeals to you and create your own card similar to this and store it in the same place. Okay, so that's that. The DIY color deck. So we will be playing with that coming up. Probably not today. I'm not sure. Other things that are in the box. I missed out on this one when it came out last year. Yeah. Castaway. So it's a net. And I'm thinking this would go great with the with all of the nautical things that we've got for this time. This one was okay. It was not part of the of a club. This one was actually just part of a collection. It says it was from W+9. I was trying to read the words instead of just reading what it said. W+9. But anyway, I think that is going to be cool. So I'll have to do that. Have another. I'm going to make create your, yeah, sounds good. Yes. Irma is here from Southern California. Neat that there are fun facts. I love it too. Yeah. I didn't know until I just looked. So thank you. Ruth says, I'm going to make a card with a fan on it for my brother's birthday. Well, you do remember, right, that class is next week. Next Saturday, we're going to be doing a class with that card, making that card. I had found it and now I don't know where I put it. Is it in here? Oh, this is the one that I was mentioning like last week and couldn't remember where it was I put it. Thank you card. Bum, bum, bum. Some of these are not in the right space. So this is supposed to, I know at least one of these is supposed to be in the other bin. So we're going to be making this card. We're going to be making this card in the class coming up on Saturday of next week. I believe. Hey, Ronan. Where are I putting what for this, Shane Ding? Oh, thank you so much. Okay, I need to just look at my calendar again because it should be next week. Yes. Next week on the 14th, we're going to be making this. Oh. Okay, Ruth has a problem. She's bought too many supplies and now she says she can't do my class. Yeah, that's a problem. Okay, so anyway, we're going to be making that. And, well, you do know that after the fact, even if you're not able to attend a live workshop, you can always get the classes after the fact. I may change that coming up once I get the everything onto the membership site, like what I want to do. But we'll have to see. I'm good. I should be able to find a way to make it so you can get the individual ones too, even on there. Because I really want to move all of the classes over to that and have it there instead of on the EDU. I just think that the user interface is going to be so much better. Sorry, I'm looking at the Twitch chat. So Roni says, I like that. Very Japanese. And then Terry Cooper says, oh, geez, it's Ronan. And Ronan says, Terry Cooper, don't act like you don't miss me. Oh, okay. Ruth says, technically, the first thing I'm buying, if it's still there, is that pink lunar paste. I think that's supposed to come in today. So we may be pulling that out on Tuesday. Anyway, I got another one. This, I think, would have probably done well with some of the Japanese things, in lots of different things. We've got bamboo. It's a bamboo trellis. This would look great with any kind of flowers or anything. And I wanted it at the time, and I didn't get it. And it's another 3D embossing folder. And this I pulled out just because I had mentioned that I finally did this one. This one was using that technique that Simon Hurley did with the stenciling over the embossing. And I finally added a sentiment to it, and I love it. Yes, we have definitely missed the Ronin. Okay. The last thing I got from them, Ruth says, ooh, I have that. I made it with the dancing panda. I know the panda's so, and I have the panda too. Yeah. Last thing I went ahead and got was the Spellbinders cardstock, because I'm finally starting to use up a lot of my colored cardstock, and I know I like the Spellbinders cardstock. I still have some from when they were putting it in the card kits, which the card kits aren't anymore. And I do have the things to be able to actually swatch this out and know what color it is. So I thought I would give it a try. And this is how it came packaged. I mean, the paper was definitely packaged up in some bubble wrap. Come on, let go. I'm teaching and training people my MMO. So this is the Color Wheel cardstock. Yeah, I'm not going to open this part up today because I do want to swatch it out first so I don't forget what's what. And I'm probably going to have to look on the website to see what color is what, because yeah, that's one of the things with the stuff that I got in the card kits. I love the colors, but I never knew what the color names were to be able to replace them if I wanted to. So that's all that I got in this. Like I said, it was just a little box. It was just a few things that I got from Spellbinders while they had tons of stuff on sale. I'm putting the cardstock in my drawer over here so I know where it is. These are going to go in a bin that I need to label stuff. And I think this needs to, I think this is going to have to live on my desk. Either. Linda says, since you're talking about cardstock, which paper do you suggest to use with the Glimmer? I have been fortunate. Right now, I think what has happened is I've listened to other people talk about what they've gotten for whatever purposes, and then I just use all the things. The black cardstock, for instance, that I use has just been Recollections. So I just ran out of my thinner Recollections black. I'm not planning on getting any more, I don't think. I do still have heavyweight that I normally use for card bases. I always use the heavyweight stuff for my card bases. Those are 110 pound, around 300 GSM. And I've been getting the stuff at Michael's for my card bases. Mostly because when I realize that I need more, I kind of need to go and get it right then. And they're only like 3 miles from the house. So when it comes to foiling, though, I really haven't had a lot of bad reactions. Not since I got my Glimmer system and figured out what the heck I was doing. This is on the heavyweight cardstock. Like I said, I had run out, and it turned out perfect. Turned out absolutely perfect. This one is on Nina Solar White, and it turned out perfect. Pretty much. But I have had more times than not, what causes me to have underfoiling is where there's not enough heat, which means on a big plate like that, I had it go actually, even on here, I had it, I had my machine, I heated it up all the way with the plate on there. I shut it down. I turned it back on and let it heat up all the way again. And then I still let it sit with the foil and everything on there for a little bit too, to give it more time to actually heat all the way through that big plate. When you're using a little plate, if you do that, you're going to get overfoiling. I think the smaller the plate, the less amount of time you need to leave it on there. The big plates, you really need to do more. This one is actually from Alex Siberia. And I should probably go ahead and add that to the thing for today's stream, because I have been doing the Link Deli visual. I hope that you guys are liking it. This one is actually not a Glimmer plate. It is from Alex Siberia. And it is called Birthday Burst, I think. And the link that is currently on there is the one. Here's that's that live, so I can do that. It was a live stream. This card was done on a live stream, on a video that went up this morning at 9 o'clock. So that one is up, and there is the hop, so you want to make sure to hop along and watch everybody's videos. There's going to be a lot of light up cards. I don't know what everybody else is doing, and I have not had time to look yet. And I don't think it's that long of a hop. I think there's about like 6 or 8 people. Hey, Miss Mary Jo. So let me get into today's thing. Edit. I'm going to just add it on there. So right now, if you go to the Link Deli thing, all it's showing on there pretty much is all of the clubs and my regular products. For the poo plate, I just left it on like regular time. I didn't do an additional. Most of the stuff that I do, I just have it go the one time. Hey, Miss Ilka, welcome in. And this one is called, I'm just going to type in Burst, because that should pull it up. And I signed up yesterday and joined Alex Siberia's their affiliate program. So this is going to be an affiliate link, like most of the ones that I share. Okay, so I just put the link to that at the front of the affiliate thing. And let me go ahead and just add this. Let me grab the link to the list. And I will put that into the chat and pin it. So if you guys are interested at all, y'all can take a look at that. So it will be pinned to the top. So I hope that that helps, Miss Ruth. Although you did say that you're on a no-buy. Okay. And now, of course, I'm hungry because I ate a banana while I was talking to Tracy and Heather before the live stream started at 10. So I have not eaten anything else yet today. Okay, this is going to go somewhere here. Where am I going to put it? I'll put it right there for now. I will find another home for it. I also have my Cricut Joy sitting on my little thing up here. It's a little shelf that my monitors sit on, but I've got that sitting up because I recorded a video for an upcoming summit. There is a summit coming up. I don't even remember what the date is. It's called an eternal wish list. Okay, Ruth. Let me look at my Notion again because I don't remember. I had it up a little bit ago. And I do appreciate you sending me that message, Miss Ruth, to remind me of something I said I needed to do that now I can't off the top of my head. There is a summit coming up in October. Oh, excuse me. In October, the beginning of October, that is the Card Making with SVGs Summit. So I did a card for that one and just finished recording. Still have to edit and get that all sent off to them. But yeah, that's why my Cricut Joy's been out for the last week. Yeah. The thing is, it should stay out all the time because just making sentiments and just random things that you think about while you're making a card, it's such a sweet little machine and so easy to use. Okay, I'm going to put these cards away. Isn't that pretty? If you haven't seen that yet, you need to go to the summit. I know they were having some issues with the website this morning, but before I left them, they had gotten it fixed and it was up again. So if you haven't seen my video yet in the summit, you should be able to do that. You will still need to get your free ticket if you haven't already done that. The scrapbookingfunsummit.com/Debbie J to get your free ticket. And if you want extra time to be able to watch all of the things, because you already missed out on yesterday's stuff, you will need to get your all access pass. So this is so cute. I'm sorry. I get tickled about the things. Why do I always feel like I need to apologize because I get so excited about my cards? Probably because Todd doesn't think this. He doesn't care. Okay, so I've got my Glimmer system out. It's not turned on yet, so we'll go ahead and do that because that's what I said I wanted to do. And I've already been here. We've already been here a half hour, and I haven't made a darn thing. Okay, turning that on, which means I had to turn it off and then turn it back on. There we go. So now it's on. Thank you, Miss Irma. So Vintage Barton Girl said, I got the VIP so I could circle back. Absolutely. I still need to go and watch things. I haven't watched anything yet. I just have not had the time yet. Yesterday, I was working on... Yes, I'm moving things around. Yesterday, I did the live stream at noon on Twitch and didn't really have time to do any kind of creating. So what did we do? We watched ducks. Yeah. Do you guys like rubber ducks? We watched rubber ducks playing in a pool while I was working on stuff. I did put my screen up like at the bottom so that y'all could see it. Ronan says, hello, the Todd. He just meowed at you, Ronan. At some point, I have to record just something like that and make it into an effect or an alert or something. That would be too friggin' hilarious. Okay, so for you guys who have not already seen the cards that we made before, let's go through those real quick. Norma says, hi, Tigger. Oh, you messaged me about the riveting replay you watched. Oh, and also, I think you were the one that had the question. Let me just look back and make sure. I think you were the one that had a question about the the freebie. I looked at the original. I did message you back on Discord, by the way, Ruth. But I looked at the original that I created in Canva, and it doesn't have that error on there. So I don't know if it is, I don't know what happened. So I will, Jen just said that, oh my God, spit my coffee out. So I will go back and just look at what the download is and see if, and my PDF of it, and see if there, if for whatever reason somewhere it didn't convert correctly. But so far I haven't seen an issue, and I will double check that. So if you need another copy of it, let me know and I will get you another copy of it. Judy says, I have a Tigger 30-pound orange tabby. He is a heart. He's a lovely kitty. You can post pictures of that over in our regular chatty area over on the Discord too, if you'd like to, Miss Judy. Okay, so here are the cards that, look at all these. I've made a bunch of cards already using the clubs. You guys saw that before Tuesday, Tuesday's live stream. So, let's see that one. So this is one of the ones with the wax seal of the month and the better press of the month and the 3D embossing folder. So this one is really simple. This one I think would be a decent one to give for as a masculine card. And I don't usually do this kind of a design with layering of the pieces, but I didn't want to waste all of that. I wanted to keep it. It's kind of where I like the components. I wanted to use it on more than one card. Anyhow, we have that one. So I'm going to show you the simple ones first, and then we're going to get into all the ones that they look alike, but they're so cute. Okay. So this is the other one I had that was the wax seal, and I decided to play a little bit and try something I hadn't done before. So this one I did, first we've got the marbled coloring, and then we've got a couple of strips that is basically wax seal that you kind of just spread out flat and let it cool, and then cut with your scissors and layer that up on there. And then while it was still wet, before doing the pressing, I added some glitter. I don't use glitter that much. Oh, thank you so much, Stephanie. Okay, that's fine. I need to, thank you, Ruth. I do need to figure out, why you wound up with a different thing. I don't want to send you the thing again that to be a conversion on your computer where it doesn't work. But yeah, I will definitely get you another one, but I need to figure out why the capital I, and was it only on that one sentiment? I don't understand. Anyway, but those pages, you should be able to print them out with a laser printer and be able to foil them if you want to. So yeah. That's a fun thing. Anyway, I love that. And then this is using the stencils that are in the set. And if you've seen any others, you kind of know what I did there. So those are fun. Those are my wax seal of the month ones. This one is also kind of, tame. This one is using one of the stencils and the caboodle bundle. All is, okay, I'll have to look. Like I said, it didn't show up that way in the original design. So I don't understand why it's doing that in your PDF. And was it in the PDF itself or just when you tried to print it? Because that could be a thing too. So this one has some ink blending, and then we've got the better press in the back, and all of the sentiments are done using the clear stamp and die of the month. So I think that turned out really cute. This one I used a die set from 2 years ago that was still available on the website. I have not gone in to check if that is available now. Let's go to, I'm going to go over to Spellbinders real quick and see. But that was from Whale in a Bottle. In case you're wondering why I'm stretching over there, it's because that's where my keyboard was. Okay, so last time I looked, Whale in the Bottle was still available on the website, but it was sold out. And that was on Tuesday. So it is still available and it is still sold out. But that is where I got the whale from. So hopefully they will have it back. And I made it a little bit of a pop-up. And then we've got the hot foil, the glimmer of the month for the background. So much fun. But that's not the star of the show. Even Todd thinks, what is the star of the show for this month's clubs, Todd?
Walrus though?
He says walrus dough. And that's what he calls it. He was asking me for quite a while. Is this not heating up? It's not. I don't feel it getting warm yet. Why is that? Okay, I'm going to unplug it, plug it back in. It should have been warm by now. Come here. Where does it go? Okay. So hopefully that works out. Anyway, he's been calling it walrus dough since before I started making this card, because he wanted it to be walrus dough, as in where's walrus dough, or as in where's Waldo. So we have got a walrus in a red and white striped shirt. That is the star of the show, and even Todd likes him. Which, he doesn't care anything about my cards. But isn't he just adorable? And then, of course, I use the stencils in the background. And if you see a little bit of shimmer, that is Simon Hurley's solar spray. I always forget if it's solar or lunar. Solar spray. Yes, it is the solar spray. Okay. Thank you, Ms. Ruth. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at that. Yeah, I love this. It is so adorable. So we've got that one. So he's wearing red and white. This one, he's wearing blue and white. This is the stencil background. This one is the 3D embossing folder. Navy blue with the same cardstock as this one. But I just added some white ink over the top. Do you see who came to visit?
That's the real stuff.
Okay. Todd says that this is the real star. Anywho. Did you see he okay. Jen says, Mom. Okay, you go back there. You get to watch from afar. I think I'm going to have to wash his face now because he's got makeup on him now. I don't know if he's washable. I'd have to take the tag off. I'll have to look and see. But now he's got my makeup on him. Oh, poor thing. Poor little guy. Does anybody else have a husband like that? Whew. Okay, yeah. So I'm looking at your thing, and it does show that has got that weird shape as an eye. I have no idea why. So basically, it's where I created the SVG. I recreated the file, exported it out as a PDF, and it has all of my capital I's look like a bracket, and I don't know why. So I will see what I can do about fixing that. If it's part of the PDF, I may not be able to fix it, but I'm going to try. So we shall see. And nobody so far has mentioned anything, so I may need to give them out all again. I don't know. Anyway, everybody is saying mom, and baby wipes. Hey, John. John missed the... Okay, so Brianna says, I've just printed it and it still looks funny. Okay, so it's got to be something where I will see what I can do about getting that fixed. I have no idea why it happened, and I didn't see it on mine. Anyway, we'll figure it out. I can do it now, but then we won't actually make any cards today again. I love the googly eyes. I haven't shown the googly eyes one yet. Anyhow. The stripes this is basically, if you look at Where's Waldo and all of the coloring books that are Where's Waldo. Oh, you didn't miss anything because you had me on the shelf. She put me on the shelf. Am I supposed to be like the elf on the shelf? Okay, so we got blue and we've got red. Somebody says it looks like he's in jail. So in Florida, jail is this bright orange jumper. Yeah. But my thought of when they are in jail is black and white stripes. I did not make one that's black and white stripes, but that would also be like a referee for for some kind of a game. Like I've seen teams where Todd's watching soccer where one of the goalies is in the black and white stripes, and it always makes me think he's supposed to be the ref because the refs are never in that color, and I don't know why. That's right, on the shelf. Oh, you just clipped it and put the Grogu attack in Discord. Oh my god. Okay, so this one I used the other embossing folder. This one is the 2D embossing folder of the month, and I did that one as a partial embossing, which I really don't do that a lot, but I think it turned out nice, and it gave me a really nice place to be able to stamp with just our little seagull. I think he's cute. Adorable. Then I did him in pink. So this one is Prom Queen, and of course I use Simon's colors for the bubbles, which of course the bubbles make me think Halloween. So I'm gonna definitely be taking that one back out for Halloween. Then we've got this one that is in purple for Miss Mary, which is not in here. She must be at work. But yeah, and again, another one of the stenciling where I did the stencils using the solar spray. So pretty. Oh, so Miss Dawn says, I'm getting night chores done so I can craft when the rain starts. Well, I know that some of you guys may have been over with the pink one. Could be for breast cancer. That one, breast cancer month here is in October. So I've done the Susan Komen. Yeah, I've done the Komen 5K run a few years. And if I can ever get my legs back into the shape to be able to run a 5K or do more than just a walk, because I would get really ticked off at myself. Look at the bubbles. Bubbles all over the screen. Now, the one that somebody was talking about that they love the googly eyes. Yeah, we did one on Tuesday day. That was Tuesday at noon when we did that one. We did one where we put googly eyes on him instead. And he's in orange this time. So we did a team orange. This guy is just so adorable. I don't think I've got any more of him cut out though. So I haven't decided what I want to do today. This is still not hot. Grr. Let me move all of this out of the way. I don't know why this is not heating up. I actually had that issue where it's like I used it a while and then it basically shut itself down, and then when I tried to start it back up, it didn't want to do. But I haven't used this today. I haven't used it in a couple of days. So we're going to see, because what I want to do is I want to do the better press on here. If the run was with electric wheelchairs, I'd do it. No, one of the runs, my mother-in-law would do these things too. So we would do the run walk thing. Okay, now I can feel it heating up. And I didn't realize until I started seeing Todd that when you see people that are in races and they're running, they're not running the whole thing, at least not all of them. Most of the people are doing run walk. Todd does run walk. He also runs at about a 7-minute mile pace when he's doing the run part. And when I do a run part, my average time is usually like a 13 to 15-minute pace. A 15-minute pace is basically a trot. It's not really a run, but that was my pace. Okay, now it is getting warm. Yay. So now I can start taking out my fun things and we can start playing. I do want to do that embossing folder. Okay, now I need to put all of these back in their sleeve. I'm trying to stay better organized this time, guys. So how many times have I lost the card that I wanted to show you? And I have all of my club kit cards in this one sleeve. I have done so good. Okay. So this one is the Glimmer of the month. It is the net. And I have another panel over here where I use the waist. And if Ronan is still in the house, yeah, this to me looks like dragon scales. But yeah, a lot of folks do walk the runs, especially if it's a charity run. So that's fine. I'm one that I would do a walk run or a run walk or whatever. And the farther along I get, I would get totally exhausted. But I haven't done one in a few years. So actually it's been probably at least 5 because I think the last one I did was probably the year before I got sick. That I think it was really just anxiety, but yeah. Where am I? So that's that one. Let me get all my other things out. There we go. So the Better Press, this one is the Better Press. And I think that would be really pretty in gold. Okay, so Judy says, I never have good luck with foiling practice. Well, number one, this is a big plate. Okay. Couple of different things. And I was talking about this during my live Q&A with the summit, is that if you're using a big plate like this, I think it was during that, or maybe it was during my video that went up this morning. I don't know. I said it sometime soon. When you're using Better Press for hot foiling, you get a lot more detail, and I think that is gorgeous. If you're using a big plate like this, you'll want to try to have it heat up a couple of times because since it's big, it doesn't always go through. Which type not supposed to, what? Where do I get my magnet? And yeah, I will tell you that in a second. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on here. I have a couple of tick marks that I've added on here with a Sharpie, so it tells me where my A2 size is. This is going to have to heat up a bit. So I'm going to go ahead and put the thin shim, which is going to help lock in some of that heat, and the spacer pad, and just let it sit for a bit. I'm going to let it heat up all the way, and then I'm going to turn it off and turn it back on. So the question was, Norma wanted to know, where do I get those? And let me see if it's in the link deli list, which I think it is. Okay, on that I need to add the magnet. It's not on there, but if you want to see, I get my sleeves from the checkout store. They are available on Amazon, but I also have an affiliate with them at the checkout store itself. And I think I have a link down below with the Amazon, with my Amazon shop. So both of them should be in my Amazon shop. I do get the magnets from Amazon. So let me go ahead and get that link for you. I thought I had it on Link Deli somewhere, but I guess I don't. So my shop is amazon.com/shops. Yes, /shop Debbie J's Crafting Corner. Copy. Let me find the correct chat and I will put that in there. And I need to get that added into my link deli as well. The Amazon links are kind of funky. So you can find it there, and then in there, when you go to that page, I'm just looking to see where it is. Okay, one part of it has craft storage. So when you look at that page, it's got the magnets, it's got the sleeves, it's got some fridge bins, which I use when I use the smaller ones. I actually have got a couple of sizes. So I do need to update this. But yeah, I use my sleeves from checkout store, and I've been using them for probably, gosh, I don't know. Probably at least 6 years. And I've got another one that I have not opened yet. So then that's because I knew I was going through the smaller ones, the ones that are a little bit, the ones that are thinner. They're all, I try to keep them all basically the same size there. So this is 100 of them. That's how it comes. Yeah. Anywho, so I got those recently. And the magnets I've actually been using, I still use, they're called flexible magnets. That's the company or whatever. And yeah, let me see if I can, that's the wrong page. Let me go back to me and then I will get you guys the page so I can show that. There we go. Okay. So this is my page on Amazon, and these are the two different magnets. This is where it's already cut down. So you get 10 pages, and this is basically enough so that you could do two sleeves. So this is like 8, I think it's like 8 by 10. So you cut it at 5 and then you have enough space for both. Anyway, it works about like that. I've been using the big one. I've been using this Big Mama roll because it is per page like this. When I cut it down, the cost is lower. And I have a lot of it. I just got another 50, I think it's 50 feet. Yeah, I think it was a 50-foot one. This one my last order was on April 27th, and I got the 25-foot one. So they've got different sizes. So it just depends on what you want to do. So I have this on my dining room table. I've got it's so funny. I got this thing for wrapping paper and I haven't used it. You know, those wrapping paper cutters? I got one of those and I've been using that to cut my magnets with ever since. But yeah, I cut it down to about 11 inches in, and then I've got 2 feet by 11. Then I use my big paper trimmer to cut that down into smaller 8-inch pieces that I can then cut down with my trimmer here at my desk. So anyway, that's kind of how that works. And they've been working great. And another good thing with that one that I didn't even think about is this is actually a sticker. So if you want to do magnet stickers for anything, there's adhesive there. This is just release paper. And I did notice that when I got down to the end of the roll, it really started curling a lot. So I've even gone ahead and just put some cardstock on the back of some of them, and that flattens it out perfect, so I don't have to worry about it. So I just did that this last time. It's like, I don't know why I didn't think of that before, but anyway. Big Mama roll. Yes. I think there's foam tape that Amy R says Big Mama foam tape, but I don't know that that's the name of the foam tape or if it is what she calls it. But she gets this big roll of foam and she uses it all the time too. Okay, so Riz says she gets hers from eBay and it's 50 A4 sheets. Sadly, not adhesive, but good price for $28.99. And that's the thing with eBay. You can find a lot of things for really cheap, but you also sometimes don't know what you're getting. And I've tried selling stuff on there before, and I've sold some stuff on there before. It's been a while, and I think it was taking me more time and effort to do eBay listings and stuff than what we actually brought in. And then they changed the rules, so you couldn't do it like garage sale type of de-stash. They were going to start reporting everything to the government more. So we kind of stopped doing that. That was a few years back. But it is a good way to usually you can get stuff cheap, and it's usually individuals selling it, but that's why you don't know for sure what you're getting. And I think doing returns on that is probably a pain. Amazon, you've got most of these other companies, Amazon, Spellbinders, whatever, they've got good return policies, and that's always important when you don't really know who you're getting things from. Okay, so that has heated up all the way. So like I said, I'm going to turn it off. It's probably heated up enough, but anyway, I'm going to turn it off, and then I'm going to turn it back on, and I'm going to let it heat itself back up again. So, kind of waiting for the light. And I do still have some colors of cardstock here, so let's do something. I want to do it on gold. I want to do gold. That would look good with gold. I don't have any more of my blue cardstock, though. So the only way that I can do that, I think I've got a card base. I might have a little bit. I don't know. I do have some purple and gold. Still have some purple. And this is lightweight cardstock that I'm using. So back to what Linda was asking before, what do you recommend? I would say try what you got and just see how it goes. I've been using Recollections, and Recollections is not the best. I have heard that the smoother the cardstock, the better. So, and I've also heard that the Spellbinders stuff is supposed to be fabulous. Of course, I was watching, Yana has a new series on her channel, and I am definitely going to be watching all of it because I learned so much just listening to her and Denzel talk about, it's like a debunking or Mythbusters or something like that they're doing. There was one that was all about paper, just about paper. And they were on there for an hour, and and there was a lot more you could probably learn about paper. I know she has done so many things, and I love her to death. I've met her, by the way. So Dawn was asking, did you see that Sassy's LLC made a Sassy Sentiment kit to go with your month's Spellbinders kits? I haven't. I need to get on her. I'm a free member on her Patreon, but I need to get on her page to try out some of her other stuff. Kamado wants to know, can you ink blend over Glimmer foiled piece if you wanted to? Absolutely. Absolutely. It absolutely does. So I think that means that what we're going to do is I'm going to do some on this, but I'm also going to do some on white. Just plain white, Nina Solar white cardstocks. I think that's what we're going to do first. And then while it's heating up for the next one, we can go ahead and do a little ink blending. Hey, Reese. Reese, honey, I did send off your information to Elizabeth, so she will be sending you your card out. Thank you, thank you. Okay, that's there. I need... If I'm going to do foil, it might be a good idea for me to have my foil here. I think I've got a couple of rolls. Yes, I do. Because I was just using them. Okay, what? Dawn, what are you talking about? She said, especially if you know a sexy sea hag. What? Okay, there was a me 3. Okay, Judy says, good to know I have recollections. I also have some really smooth, so you'll try that. Here's another thing that I don't know if it has anything to do with the results that I get, but there is such a thing as humidity, and your paper is going to react differently no matter what you're doing with it, by the way. Your paper is going to react differently depending on the humidity. Okay. Now, in my house, it's not as humid as it is outside. Do we have a humidity check in here? Or is it just for the outside?
71%.
Okay, so apparently it is. Oh, so it is more humid than I thought, which is probably why my skin stays as nice as it does and why my hair gets greasy so fast. But yeah, humidity will have an effect on your paper. Just like with our skin, the humidity will get into the paper. That's just what it does. If you're really humid, then you're going to have a lot more humidity, a lot more water in your paper. If it's a dry climate, your cardstock is going to react differently. I don't know if it has anything to do with why I get as good of results as I do with my foiling. It might. I do know that when it comes to doing embossing with an embossing folder, even the 3D embossing folders, majority of the time I do not need to mist it because I already have water in everything has got a little bit of water in it unless it's non-porous like your plastics and things. The paper is going to have a little bit of water in it. You're not going to notice a lot of water in it, but it will happen. And that is one of the things that they talked about on that video with Yana and Denzel was, how that was made and how it starts off with being like 99% water in your batch when they're making the big things of paper. And then it comes down to, I think they said like 5% or 2%, something like that, a lower percentage when the paper is actually ready to cut. Okay, so I've got this down. You always want to make sure that your shiny, pretty side is facing away from the cardstock. So that means that the matte side, in this case silver, is going to be touching the card. It's the same if you're using toner foiling and going through your laminator. You always want the shiny side to be facing away from the cardstock, so it's going to stick to the cardstock. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and hit I'm going to hit the timer. This should be hot enough at this point. And then we'll bring out my Platinum 6. So if you're not getting good foiling results, it may just be that you're going to need to do a little bit more experimentation to see. If you're getting underfoiling, that usually means you don't have enough heat or you do not have enough pressure. So maybe you need a shim. That's something else. I was watching some older foiling videos. from when this first came out, which is like, I think it's like 7 years ago or something. But when the Glimmer system first came out, and what I noticed on those first videos is that they were using a paper shim every time they put it through. They didn't explain it. They didn't talk about it. So it may just have been that at that point in time, everything wasn't as, what's the word? Synchronized, I guess. I know that's not the word, but using your machine, the amount of space in there may not have been good enough. It may not have been close enough to be able to get a really good impression. Oh, that was the other thing. On the second video that Yana and Denzel were doing, the episode 2, they were talking about the machines, and you got to see the inside. You get to see the guts inside the machines and see how they're made and what they're made of. Oh, okay. That was included in her sentiments. Okay, that's funny. John says, if you're enjoying Debbie's content today, check that thumbs up button. And Ruth says, I only used my Glimmer system once before my desk got too messy. I know, right? Hello, Miss Adeline. And Judy says, too many variations. Okay, we're going to go ahead and run this through. One thing I love about the Glimmer system is it's mostly, you don't really have to think about it once you get the hang of it. I've also got I've got a Gemini foil press that I haven't used in probably 2 years, because I got the Glimmer system and I love it, and it made it so much easier. With the Gemini system, you've got controls for the heat and like the timing. It's basically, you have to set all the things. It's not where you hit the button, wait for it to turn green, and just run it through. The only time I do anything different is if I'm using a really big plate, and that's because someone said on a video somewhere that you get better results. And it also works really good when you're wanting to do, oh, they don't have the reverse one. When you're wanting to use the waist. Oh, like this beauty. By the way, the other one did not turn out as well, so that's another thing. Some foils just do not do as good as others. So there could be a lot of things that could be causing your underfoiling, and it just may mean that using that specific one might be better for, say, sentiments instead of big images. Okay, first thing you notice when you pick it up is you can see that there is an imprint on here. You can see the design. I'm going to let this cool a little bit. I don't always, and even when I don't, it usually turns out okay. I'm trying to get into the habit to let it cool a little bit so that the adhesive has a chance to cool a little bit, to make sure that it is actually pulling all of the things, because I think that's going to work better. Okay, so then we're going to pull it back and look at that. That is gorgeous. Yes. So this is the one we're going to do some ink blending over. So don't remember who it was that asked. Where is the Denzel and Yana video? It's going to be on Yana Smakula's YouTube channel. Let me look that up real quick. I have nothing to do with it, but I do love Yana. She's actually our okay, I was already following her before I started working as an influencer with them, and she's our contact. So the first time that I got an email from her, I thought it was spam. I thought it was, yeah. I get this email saying that they're from Yana Smakula. So I asked her on Instagram, was this you? So I had my own fangirl moment there. I really want to meet her in person, so I'm hoping. Okay, YouTube, Yana. Okay, YouTube, Yana Smakula playlists, and her new playlist. Let me just go to her videos. I think she's got it as a playlist, but she might not. Oh, she just put up a new video today too, having to do with the clubs. Okay, so her series is called Mythbusters. Which video were you wanting to know about? The machines or the paper? Because I don't think she's got it in a thing yet. So there's that one. Where's the other one? I really need to go back and watch all of her things. And I think they're going to try to do that like once a month or something. Where is that? I think she's got the link on that. Oh, I also left it with like about 3 minutes left at the end. Okay, the one with the machines is going to be this one. Share, copy. Okay. Hey, Miss Rhonda, welcome in. So there is the video for them with the machines. So you get to learn a lot. I mean, yeah. And I was excited I got to meet him for the first time, a couple of years ago. And I've learned so much more watching. He's been on a couple of different things. There was a podcast he was on last year, and I watched that and learned so much more about him. Okay, so Dawn said that she had posted the machine video, but I didn't see it. Oh, there it is. Okay, so we both did it. Awesome. Thank you. And Dawn's a mod, so she's able to do those things. I don't know if it's set to everybody else can't, but I'm assuming. Okay, so we did that first one. Love it. Love it. I'm going to do another one in the purple. So let's go ahead and get it ready to heat up. And then we can do a little bit of ink blending on that first one. So I think it was Kamado who asked about the ink blending. So do you have any color scheme that you would like to see? And just know I'm probably going to use Simon Hurley because I love the Simon Hurley inks. I need to play with my Catherine Poolers too at some point. I think what I need to do is make sure I've got re-inkers for the ones that need re-inking, because that's one of the reasons I don't use them that much, is because they need more ink. And at some point I'm going to play with my Tim Holtz again too, because I've got those and I didn't realize I've got most of the colors, so I need to do that. So like I said before, we're going to do, here's the cardstock. We're going to do the shiny side facing away from the card. So we've got the gray, which has got the adhesive in it. We got that touching the card. And we're just going to put that right down on top, which I have off screen. And I have AC trying to blow my foil away. Okay, and then I'm going to put these down. You do want to put your thin shim down first, because that one is the one that's going to absorb most of the heat. Okay, and then your spacer pad over the top. Isn't that pretty? Okay. Kamado says any color is good. Love Simon's inks. Okay. And I'm going to save this. At some point, I'm just going to sit down and do a bunch. I've got too many of these that I need to go ahead and adhere to something. I just never get around to it. So that's going in the drawer with the rest of them, because I'm not doing that today. And I'm looking for this. So I'm going to use my Altenew mat and a turntable for my inking. Now this is going to hold, that's going to hold that in place, and I can turn it any which way I want to as I'm applying my ink. And I think I'm going to start with everybody's new favorite, High Tide. I know Elizabeth is going to have a color for, going to have a brush for every color. I'm going to stick to color families. So I've got a blue brush. Right now it's probably got too much darker blue. And do I have a rag over here? Yes, I do. So I just want to kind of clean it off some to make sure I don't have... Okay, this is heated up really well. I'm going to turn it off like I did before, turning off my Glimmer system, turning it back on, and letting it reheat. Right now, I'm just kind of wiping off the excess, because I know that the color that's on here is probably darker than what I want to start with. So we're going to load up our brush and just... I don't know if you can see that, Yeah, you guys can see a little bit of it. And I'm a heavy-handed person anyway. Thanks to all of Debbie's mods. Yay. I've seen those, Dawn. Is that where two crafters compete with each other with a basket of supplies? Oh, cropped. Yeah. Yeah, that's the one that is on, it's on Spellbinders website. I mean, on Spellbinders YouTube. I've seen that. That is funny. So Kim is one of the ones that's usually on there. And I think the last one is someone from Hero Arts that is now... Oh, thanks. Irma's asking the question that you had earlier. Kamada. What I'm using right now, this white is... This white that I'm using is Nina Solar White. It was actually supposed to be the 110 pound, but it doesn't feel to me like heavyweight, so I do not use it for my card bases. It was Megan and Bridget. Okay, so I may have gotten that wrong. I could have sworn it was Kim on there too. She's on there a lot. But that's what I'm using on this one. I don't tend to have a lot of trouble with my foiling on my Glimmer system. It may have to do a little bit with the humidity in the area. I'm not sure. But what they say to do is to try to use smooth cardstock. So there are some that are really nice, that are nice and smooth. I think I'm going to just do blues. Why not? So in my Stellar ink, I've got High Tide that probably needs to be refilled already. Oh, that rope would look good with cowboys or your llamas. Yeah, it would, right? I saw something about cowboys, but I didn't know what you were talking about. So it's like, okay, whatever. I thought you maybe you were talking to somebody else. Hey, Jenny G. Welcome. So now I'm going with Clear Skies. Although this is about ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and hit the timer. We've got another panel going with purple. This is just Purple Recollections cardstock. So I think it's 80 pound, I think. I don't really pay it. I don't know because I don't have the packaging anymore. So now we're just bringing in some of these. Now you can put more pressure with these. And I did see Elizabeth say last night not to go back and forth on it. I haven't had any issues with that. I am doing kind of both for getting my ink. But this is going to allow me to put more ink down with these brushes, you know, kind of a stronger color right from the get-go, and not really have those, you know, those that round. Okay, when you use a sponge brush, when you use one of those, you get that round piece that just doesn't look right. This makes it so that it doesn't do that. So we've got a little bit of a blend there. I think I'm actually going to bring in some of Midnight Snack and maybe bring in 100% juice or my brain just stopped again. Crown Me. Yeah. Okay, this is ready to go. So I'm going to having your blending on another piece instead of on your mat means you can move it out of the way when you're doing something else and get more things done faster. So I'm moving that one out of the way. So we can do another panel. So here's going to be on just this plain purple cardstock. Okay, so we're going to see how it turns out. I did heat it twice because it is a big panel. It is a big plate. And we're just going to run it through. Oh, you got behind while grabbing links. Okay, so we're going to see how that one turns out. I think it's going to turn out wonderful. Like I said, I don't have a lot of trouble, but if you are having issues, maybe switching over to a smoother cardstock would help. I have had where if I tried to use watercolor paper, it may not work as well. Absolutely. Kamado says, happy to see you can ink blend on a foiled piece. That opens up a lot of crafty opportunities. You can also ink blend first. You could do different techniques and stuff on there first and then do it. Just make sure everything is nice and dry if you're using water ones. If you're using something that's going to be lumpy, it's probably not going to work as well because, again, you want to have it smooth. So doing things like paste and such, would not be a good idea to do under, or for that matter, you could do it over if you wanted to, but you're going to wind up having it stick to the foil. Okay. Perfect foiling. And again, this is just Recollections colored cardstock. Nothing special. Who's the Stampin' teacher? I'm not teaching Stampin'. Okay, that's going back in the drawer because I definitely want to use the reverse on this. So yeah, if you have any kind of issues with it, try smoother paper. It'll probably work better. I know that the Spellbinders, I'm gonna have to look up what it's called because I know Yana mentioned it, but I don't have that. This is purple paper. So purple and gold, I think that always looks good. Brianna says that gives cowboy vibes. Love it. So yeah, I don't know that I've got a cowboy hat or anything. I do have a Cricut Joy. I do have a Scan and Cut. So I could possibly make, create an image that's a cowboy hat and make that. That would, okay, I don't know if anybody in here knows Ryan. He's country guy. It looks bluish on your monitor. Yeah. I'm trying to make the corrections in my system. Right now, this actually looks on my computer and my nails look about the color that they're supposed to. They've been a lot more to the bluer side than the purple, than to the red side. So I had to do a little bit of an adjustment last week. Anyhow, yeah, I think that is super, super pretty. I would have used blue, but I don't have any blue. Oh, Stampin' Teacher, hello. Welcome in. You think I've got a few different llamas, so I'm not sure. I'll have to look. It may have been Terry's llama also, because she's got some llamas as well. But yeah, that would be cool. But I'm trying to. I think I don't remember when Ryan's birthday is, but he's country guy, so making him something with a cowboy hat would be cool for his birthday. Okay. So I really want to foil more. I do. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to try this one. So you guys have seen me use a magnet to pick up my plates. Now, when you have a big one like that, unless you want to burn your fingers, you need to have something to pick it up with. The Glimmer system does come with a magnet with a button so you can turn it on and off. But the thing is that magnet is not quite as strong as I like for big plates. So I have this that I got from the Dollar Tree. This also works great for when you're dropping dies down on the floor because that never happens, right? This one, though, is stronger because it's from Glassboard Studio. You guys didn't see it, but when I put this, I had it hover and it grabbed it and it made it kind of flew up. Oh God. Okay, we're going to do that just so y'all can see it. So I was about like an inch and a half above the plate and it made it jump. Okay, so I'm going to let this one cool down. We do have in that same Glimmer set though, we have sentiments. So I can go ahead and do those. I have not glimmered or done with Better Press. I know, right, Irma? That was fun. Donk. So we've got a couple of sentiments. It says sending a net full of thanks. And we have casting a warm hello your way. So we've got two different sentiments. I'm going to go ahead and do these. And since we've done some on purple, I'm going to do some on purple, I think. I've also got some black scrap over here I could do one or two on. So actually, I'm going to do it this way. We're going to start off with the black because it's right here. And my tape, which is hiding. Anybody see a flamingo around here somewhere? There it is. Here's my flamingo. Yes, friends, be careful. Those magnets are strong. Yeah, I just had it try to hold my fingernail to my scissors. Yeah, they are very, very strong. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually lay a couple of these down onto my black cardstock. And we're going to create, I was going to say we're going to create a hinge. We are and we're not. Because I'm going to do both of them at the same time because I have enough space. And the die is going to be perfect to be able to cut either. This was from Dollar Tree also, Kamado. So I'm going to just take a piece of Best Ever Craft tape, go across the top there. I'm going to do a second one for the other side, I think, to try to keep them actually lined up. Ask me why I'm saying that, because I've had issues. Okay, now I'm going to pick up one side and fold this back, still having it attached to the cardstock, but having a little bit of the tape showing there. That way I can take a piece of the foil and put that down right on there too. Yeah, they've got these, and they have unicorns. At one point when I was trying to find them, they didn't have them in the store. So I went onto the website and ordered them. This has been years ago, so I don't know for sure if they still have them. I'm assuming that they do. But I think I've got a couple extras because I kind of ordered. The only way I could order, if you order from the Dollar Tree website, you have to do like by case lot. So I've got a few still that I think I may include in the giveaways that we're going to be doing coming up in August. Like I said on the, oh, you guys weren't there. Some of y'all were there. So on the live stream that I did this morning with the Scrapbooking Fun Summit, I mentioned that oh, okay. Off topic. I'm going to answer that first. Dawn says, off topic. What can I use for tape substitute for the heat tape for sublimation? You have to use heat resistant tape. Everything else is not going to work. I get mine, most of the time I get mine from Artistry. They have the smaller rolls, and that's what they have because it's not necessarily for, you know, if you're doing a ton of sublimation, little roll's going to do you. If you need something bigger, I did find on Amazon not too long ago, I think from HTV Runt, I got a couple of rolls there, or I got it at Michael's. I don't remember, but it was something where I found them on sale. So I do have a couple of rolls of some blue tape instead of the green tape. But you do need to have the stuff that's made for sublimation. And the reason for that is because it needs to be heat resistant. I don't know if there's anything else that you can use that's going to work. Mostly because the way that the adhesives are done. It has to do with the adhesive. Now, if you ask me about, acetate you can use with heat, I would say test what you have. But I've even here's something else that's kind of weird. I have used, and it's another thing that's off topic, but again, having to do with heat and adhesives. Because I was working with my Cricut Joy, I took out what I used as carrier sheets because I got them cheap and I got them at Dollar Tree. You know, they had the clear shelf liners, right? The adhesive on there has been fine. I had one roll that I threw away because it's way too tacky to be able to use. If I tried to use it on cardstock, it left the adhesive on the cardstock. So I can't use it now. And that's what I bought it for, was to be able to use. I mean, I've got no reason to use shelf liner for really anything else. I basically just bought it for when I use my Scan and Cut or my Cricut Joy. So I've got one roll that worked, and then I have this that came, I think I got this one on sale. So I have one thing of transfer tape. But yeah, heat resistant tape, you can get it from basically anywhere, and it's always going to be the ones that are for sublimation. So they're going to be different brands. I would say Cricut, Caesar, HTV Runt, different places that have got sublimation supplies, Craft Express. Okay, so now we have these taped on. They're taped in place, all ready to go, and we just put it down on there. Only reason I was showing you that way is because that is one way that you can put it on there. You can put the plates down first and then put the foil on top, but they may shift. You may not get everything lined up right. If you have it taped down to your cardstock, you're going to have it in the spot that you want. And these don't need to be reheated. All I have to do is hit the button. Once it goes off, we can run it through. You don't need it to be extra hot. The big plates are what we need to have extra hot. We're going to do that one. And I have a little scrap here that I can use for something else. That's going in the drawer. Yeah, I have one of my drawers that's got nothing but scraps, because I kept putting them off to the side and forgetting to use them, and finally I had to like, okay, they got to get off they got to get off my desk. Let me see if I have a scrap of the purple. I also moved all of my scraps because I want to use the drawer. So now all of my paper scraps are in this, and they're all color coordinated. Here's my that's my blue. Here's my purple. Do I have the same color purple? I do. So I can do another one when I get done with this one. I can do another one in that. And what do we want to put on the front of it? Because I don't know. And we didn't finish this either. We'll finish the ink blending after we run the sentiments through, because they're already done. Okay, was there any other questions? I'm in Q&A mode today. Any other questions that y'all have right now that I can answer? Okay, so that has gone through. And now there are our first two sentiments on black cardstock. I think foil on dark cardstocks looks fabulous. But let's say you did this on white, and then you decided that, you know, it doesn't really pop like I want. We just showed you guys that you can color over the top, and that'll make it pop. Okay, since I'm doing that, hey Norma, I thought you were already here. Oh, I think I know what it is. You were over on the other side. Okay, I'm going to cut another piece of foil, and we're going to do this on that purple scrap that I just pulled out. There we go. Right there. So again, I'm using the tape. You switch sides. Okay. So we're using the tape to basically just hold everything in place. And that's because I don't want them to shift. Okay. Debbie, do you have a question I can answer? You can answer. Hee hee, Ruth. Ruth is silly. So we're going to pull this back, and you can do this. You can use the hinge method anytime. You don't have to use two pieces. I'm only using two because I want to hold both of those pieces so that they're not going to get too close together, so I have trouble with die cutting them. I'm going to slide it back a little bit so we have a little bit of the tape showing. And then I'm going to cut another piece. And the foil that I'm using today is actually, this one is my polished brass, because I discovered I have many rolls of polished brass. So might as well use up the oldest one, right? And we're going to lay that down right up to where that tape is. Actually, I'm going to let it stick to the tape a little bit, because that'll make it kind of hold it in place while I lift these and fold them over. There we go. And then we're going to just trim off the excess. Just be careful not to cut yourself. And I'm going to go ahead and cut off that piece of card too. And now I've just got this piece that's everything is held in place. I can just put it right down onto my Glimmer system and put the plates back down. Again, we're going to put the thin shim down first, closest to the heat. Make sure you plug it in, because I didn't. And now I have to wait for it to reheat. That's okay. So back to ink blending. Taking back out my blue brush, and this time we're going to come in with some Midnight Snack. And I have to be careful with this pad. When I got it, the foam pad wasn't stuck down, and I tried redoing it a couple of times, and it's not necessarily staying down. One side is kind of lifted up. I don't really know why. I've had that happen before on a different brand, where I got a stamp pad, and the pad just was not stuck down like it was supposed to. And that's the thing with adhesives, you guys know, sometimes they work right and sometimes they don't. So I'm kind of doing a line across and then I'm going to blend them together. Ruth is silly, but she sure is fun. Yes, she is. So I'm bringing the colors together so that they blend well. And when you're doing this, if you're wanting to make sure your ink blending is good, you're going to want to use whatever cardstock works best for you for ink blending. I've only tried a limited number of cardstocks, probably because when I buy them, I buy too many and I don't want to waste anything, so I kind of use them all up. But after seeing how Simon's does his stark white cardstock and the way that it holds the ink, I may at one point have to switch to that too. Why does he have to have all the good things? Okay, I want a better blend between those two colors, so I'm going to clean off some of that dark and come back in with my clear skies. Okay, that's his platform ready. Hit the timer. Multitasking. Ooh. So Ruth says, I just cut my fan out of red marble paper and firework paper. I'm not sure if I want to give it to my brother. That means do an extra. So what I did on mine, and you guys will get to see it, I used some of Simon's solar spray on mine, which is how come the purple cardstock, was it purple? No, the black cardstock kind of has that purplish tinge to it. It's because it's using some of that. So I'm just basically coming back in with this color close to where those two overlap. To try to get a better blend. And I think it is lightening. Yeah, kind of, sort of. It is making the dark blue a little bit lighter and the light blue a little bit darker. Okay, so next we're going to come in. I'm getting out my purple brush. So you guys will have to tell me, do we want to do 100% juice, which is more of a red purple, or do we want to go with, wherever I put it, Crown Me? Because I'm kind of leaning towards the Crown Me because it kind of matches better. But it's nice that we've got another color to work with, right? And since they're all dye inks, they're all water reactive dye inks, you can use all of them with the same brush. Hey, Vanessa, thank you. Okay, so we're going to come in with some of that. And then blend it into the midnight snack. Okay, there we go. So now we have all of those. And you can still see all of that foil. So pretty. Okay, the sentiment is ready for us to run through. And you guys knew I'd have to do the better press through foil. I always have to do better press through foil. I was hoping 100% juice would be used because I quite enjoy that, but Crown Me blends better with the others this time. Yeah, it just goes good with the colors. Now, if we were using some reds and stuff too, it probably would have done better that way. Okay, so now we have that one. Hey, Miss Bethany, she says late because apparently I have to work and not craft. That's not fun. Well, at the Scrapbooking Fun Summit this morning at 10 o'clock, I did a live Q&A over there, which is still up on their website. And I don't know for sure, but I'm hoping that it was probably because of my emails. I sent emails out yesterday. I posted a short that I did, which I don't do those. I'm telling you guys, come and hang out. But we had a lot of fun, folks, hanging out with us at that during that live Q&A. I had so much fun. Did not see your name pop up, Bethany, but you just said that you had to work. Kamada says, I want grape juice every time I see it or hear the name. Yeah, 100% juice is fun. Okay, these are cooled down enough. Pop it back. And this looks really pretty on the purple as well. So we've got sentiment in black, sentiments in purple, and we've got, this is just so pretty. And again, these are better press. These are not foil plates. If you don't already know about foiling with the better press, you can use better press plates in your hot foil system. Do not use your Glimmer plates in the better press. You could break something because the Glimmer plates are slightly thicker than the better press plates. So you don't want to do that. Yes, look at all those foiled things. And then we have our die so that we can die cut those out. So we have now, back to this. Since we did water reactive on there, we can use water on there too. And it's not going to hurt anything. Okay, now this is looking a little bit more nautical because it's got that little bit of water splatter. Okay, doing a little bit more. Oh, I'm loving that. I think I may have to do that little ship or something. I'm not sure. Do we want to do any of the solar sprays? Okay, Jenny G, you can catch the replay later on, honey, but thank you so much for popping in. She says that she's got to go take a nap because work kicked her butt today. Work sucks. It does. I am so happy that you guys were here with me today, though. So I'm getting my Simon Hurley workout in, like I haven't already done enough arm workouts this week. Avenger Fox, do you have to use a special tape to put in the Glimmer system? No. Now, this one does work really well. You can use washi tape. This one I do like for using with my dies and with my Glimmer system. It's a low tack tape. It tends to hold everything nicely and not leave a lot of sticky residue. I tried an older an older roll of washi tape that I've had in my stash for a while for some die cutting, and it left sticky residue on everything. It's like, yuck. I did not like it. Create with Candace. Thank you. Hey guys, we have got a raid. Welcome in, raiders. If you don't know me, I am Debbie with Debbie J's Crafting Corner, and I like, we like to have fun and we like to craft, and yeah. BB Production says the most unfun Friday. What? Well, on Fridays, what I usually do is I play Fortnite with my friend Jax, and I had live streams to do today, so I didn't get to do it. So we did do a live stream earlier today. Or I did a live stream with a lot of you guys in the chat today for a summit. So that was super fun. And then we came on to play with some new things from Spellbinders. These are club kits. So this one was made with the better press of the month using the hot foil system. And someone asked, can you ink blend over the top? So we did some ink blending with Simon Hurley inks. And I just put a little bit of splatter down. This one is just the foil on some purple Michael's Recollections cardstock. Yeah. So we did a little bit of foiling today. We've done a little bit of ink blending, and now I've got a little bit of water splatter on there. And now we're going to take some of Simon's solar spray and add a little bit more splatter on there. So if you're brand new in here, please say hello in the chat. Thank you, Lunar Pumpkin Queen. Thank you. And yes, these are folks, for you guys on YouTube, these are folks that are over on Twitch. So thank you so much, and I really appreciate the raid. You guys rock. Okay, I'm kind of pumping it a little bit to try to get the pressure in there so I can try to do little droplets instead of just the fine mist. This does do a really nice fine mist, and I've done that on quite a few cards, including the ones I showed you guys earlier that I will probably bring back out. Thank you, Terry Cooper. Okay, so this is really just, it doesn't have a lot. You're not going to see a lot. I just put a little bit down. I'm going to have to buy more. But now when you tilt it, the foil is distracting from the shimmer. There are some little purple shimmer things that are like mica. So here's one, I think. Here's one. You can kind of see it a little bit if you tilt it. I'm thinking at this point, using the shimmer spray over foil is probably not necessary because you know what? The foil is going to distract from that. Let's go ahead and dry this a little bit. So what do you think? Does this one need the ship, or do we need to die cut all the pieces for something else? What do you guys think? Because we've got the ship, and then we've got the walrus, and then we've got the... I know you guys love the walrus, but I kind of wanting to do another one with the ship. So here's the other one that I did with the ship. So that's only a few pieces, and that I think would work really good over this background. But I also love my walrus. It's just going to take a little longer. And we've already been on like 2 hours. Okay, Bethany says, the girls have field day at school today, so of course they woke up before 6 a.m. in anticipation. I do not have a pirate in this collection. The closest thing, and we're probably going to do something like that. Now I've got more things to play with. Yeah, and now I have more things to play with when we get close to Talk Like a Pirate Day, because you know that's happening. Last year I used Scrappy Tales products. There was a big ship. There was, Bethany, of course, wants the walrus. There was the big ship. There were skeletons. I used the skeletons. Actually, the ship I used from a previous one. Fish. I think we're going to go with the walrus. I didn't, and right now right now what I have out is the stuff that is from the collection, from the club kits. There wasn't a fish in the club kits. Yeah. These are so cute. Okay, we're going to do the walrus. Yeah. Yeah, we got to do the walrus. You put these guys back in their thing. And don't forget, I will be giving away this card to one of you guys when we get done.
Meow to the Todd's foot.
Terry Cooper said meow to the Todd's foot.
been there for about half an hour.
I know, but she just said it. He says, I also have this out, which is that does not have a ship in it. Okay. That one just has, this is Whale in a Bottle. And this was out from 2023. And I did use it on a card. And it's out of stock. Norma says, my birthday is tomorrow. And I accept the card. Love you, Norma. Okay, we're going to do another one with Mr. Yeah, I don't have anything else with that. I've been good at putting things away. So I'm turning off my Glimmer system, putting that out of the way. I love my Glimmer. Idolize says, meow. Kamada says, but what color will he wear? Blue, purple, indigo. So we can basically we can use the inks. We can cut this all out of white cardstock and use the inks that we just used on here to ink him up, to add all of our color. So let's get that out of the way. I'm just thinking, my brain sometimes has ideas. So here's the panel we just did. We could do a combination of the two by doing a cut out of that, but I kind of don't want to. I'm thinking this is great for a background by itself. And this one is bold enough. I kind of like the idea of having just something, one thing. I might do the ship on here. I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. I do have those new 3D embossing folders that I could use. I'm going to copy this card, Debbie. Feel free, Norma. Feel free, honey. Okay, so this I can feel when I'm feeling both of these. I can feel there's a difference. Okay, this one I can tell has more water in it. Why does it have more water in it? Because it has the ink that, of course, is damp, and it has that little bit of splatter we added. So this one is a little bit wetter than this one. This one feels more dry. Jax! 2 raids in one day. Thank you, Jax. Oh my goodness. I am planning on doing, well, I'm hoping to be able to play later today, but I got a video I got to get edited today too. Jax! What? Ralph? I'm not repeating what you just said. So Jax plays Fortnite on Fridays, and I usually do that too. This morning, 10 a.m., I had a live stream for a summit, and then I had promised you guys I was going to do that here too. You didn't do that. Okay. Anyway, thank you guys for popping in. I did not abandon you, Jax. I want to see all the new stuff in Fortnite too. So I have to pop on there at some point today. So I will be on there for at least a couple of, I'm going to have to play a round or two. Last night I got in 1 round between finishing editing a video and eating dinner. She cried? What? Aww. Well, then if it's already over, I'm going to have to go and watch, I don't know what time it was supposed to be. I don't know. I'm sure that somebody recorded it, so I will look at it. You were so bored and ended your stream, and she hates when we comfort her, so we couldn't even do that. And now you have to go get pizza and be sat on the couch. Guys, put a bunch of hearts in the chat for Jax and put them all over the screen to make her feel better. Can you do that? That's you guys on YouTube also. Hi, my little obsession. Hello. Oh, she wants shots. You're still getting all the hearts, Jax. You should have known that was going to happen. Lots of hearts all over the screen. Irma, I'm sorry. Jax did not mean to scare you away. Don't go anywhere. The replay will be up, so you'll be able to see more. And I'm not done. I still need to make, we still need to make the walrus. I don't know. Jax, have you seen the walrus yet? These are the cards that I've made. He's so cute. And Todd's favorite, he actually likes one of my cards, believe it or not, is this one, because it's walrus dough. As in, where's Waldo? Where's walrus dough? I'm not sure if I should say anything else if I'm running off Irma. You didn't run her off. She says that she's still here. Well, they don't want to leave because they know when I get done, even if it takes a little while to cut all the things out for this one, someone's going to win the card, but they have to be here to enter. And so that means, Jax, if you want to win a card from me, you have to stay. Jax is on the YouTube too. Thank you, honey. You can't join yet. It's not time. Okay, we're going to die cut out a bunch of pieces for our walrus, and then we're going to color him up. Did Jax barf at our hearts? I don't know. Did you? The joys of having 2 monitors. Yes. Move that out of the way. Oh yeah, that has to go in. I have to put that away. I forgot about that one. Okay, grabbing out some white cardstock. Because I told you we can do when you have the inks, you can do any colors you want to. And since we've already got this pretty panel here, we can make our walrus match. So I'm going to cut out the pieces for him. Same as what I did on Tuesday. Well, I didn't do them on Tuesday, but the same as what I used for the card we did on Tuesday. We've got our walrus, his head, his shirt. I will try to remember to put his tusks on at the right time. His whiskers. Bethany is saying hello to Jax. Jax! Yeah, and the thing is, that's true. I'm not going to repeat it because YouTube is pretty much family friendly, hun. Okay, and we've got his little muzzle face thing and his little nose. I don't know if I'm going to do the seagull or not. I might do that one for the other card. Haven't decided. I'm just going to run this through. I was either not here or asleep, also not here to enter the giveaway. Ruth, of course you are. Oh, I just saw that Ralph put bacon on the screen. We love bacon. And let's go ahead and bring this guy back out, and we're going to use that to color him. These are the ones that don't want to pop out all the time. So I'll do that last. So we've got his tusks. Tweezers, tweezers, tweezers. There we go. We've got his tusks. We've got his body. I'm still not using the jacket. I just haven't really wanted... Oh, continues bacon. Okay. I know what you said on Twitch, Jax. I just didn't repeat it. My YouTube videos stay up forever. And his little muzzle. Frankie just stole your cheeses. Apparently you're done stress eating. Give Frankie a hug for us. Tusk, is this card about a movie, Tusk? No, this is going to be a walrus. Cuckoo, kitchu, cuckoo, kitchu. Yes, you guys had me thinking that most of the last couple of days. Somebody said that in my stream. Maybe it was Ralph that Ralphed. Well, Ralph, I hope that you helped entertain the Jax during her stream, because that's what you're there for. So I hope you did that. And I appreciate you being here. Okay, something that happens sometimes when you get really small ones like this is sometimes they don't want to cut all the way out. That happens. Heard, I won't derail your stream any further. You don't have to go away. Debbie, did you say Jax needed a muzzle for our YouTube? Frankie hugged me back and tried to offer me a Cheez-It. Oh, that is too cute. Hi, Frankie. Okay, I'm going to use my craft knife to try to cut the little bits off, and it does tend to work pretty well. I just run it right down where those pressed in lines are. But these are so small that sometimes it doesn't cut all the way through. This is the only die in this collection that I've had any kind of issues with, and that's because it cuts these little bitty whiskers. Yeah, Jax, I want you to stay. So Jax is, we're picking on her, and I guess maybe we hurt her feelings. You guys need to give her more hugs and stuff in the chat. You know, send her some more hearts. And go follow her on Twitch, if you don't mind. You have clips. Oh my God. I will have to go over there. You did clips. You didn't. I know that you delete the VOD so a lot of times, so I will have to check out the clips. Come on. There we go. So we have one of the whiskers. I'm going to do the other side. Most of it's coming out fine, but there are some places that I don't want to take the chance of losing part of his. I mean, I think the whiskers kind of make it so that you know that he's a walrus. So I tell you guys a lot that you just have to use the tools that you've got. Sometimes the tools don't do everything that you need. So Jack says she has clips of your feet. I told you they love your feet. I don't know what it is, but they love the fact that you're sitting behind me with your feet up, with with their bare feet. Yeah. Words. Okay, I'm trying to get. He's yes. Wally the walrus needs his whiskers, and you guys are having me laugh. So now I'm having trouble cutting them. So it's gonna mess up. I know it's gonna mess up. That one piece right there was trying to. Okay, you're gonna come out right? Are ya? Are ya? Maybe? You can also use your scissors, but sometimes these lines are so small you can't. I am gonna trim some of this excess off so I can see what the heck I'm doing. Okay, that one's good. Hey, Roberta. Welcome in, hun. Did you check out the Pear Blossom Press hop today? So we had a hop with Pear Blossom Press and Alex Siberia Designs. So lots of fun light up cards. And eventually I will make time I will be able to on a Sunday be able to come and hang out for Crafternoon on Pear Blossom Press's Zoom. Because it's been a while. I haven't got to actually see you. Okay, this one's mostly done. I just need to finish up these couple little cuts that didn't go all the way through. Like I said, sometimes on these intricate things, they don't always want to work. And you can add an additional shim if you're having issues like that. Still in recovery mode. Oh, goodness. Well, I hope you're okay, honey. Okay, there we go. Now we have our other whisker. So what I'm going to do for these is I'm just going to grab out some, let's see. Do I want to do pouncers or do I want to do brushes? I do know I need my brown to start off with. I don't know how much brown is on here. Where's my rag? Somebody stole my rag. Was it the Todd? No. Todd don't care. Okay, the rag is hiding behind my Glimmer. Okay. So I'm just going to take off some of that because I've used all colors of brown. Some are dark, some are light. Okay, Jack said probably Todd's feet stole my rag.
It's because I was sitting back here.
I saw you do that. I think she might have said it before that. Okay, that looks like it's probably light enough. Let me grab out some of my cookie dough. Cookie dough is hiding. Is it below the blue? Where's my cookie dough? Somebody stole my cookie dough. Now that's weird because it's not where it's supposed to be. It's not in the drawer. Brown and brown, blue and blue, yellow and yellow, orange and orange, blue and green. So my cookie dough is supposed to be in this drawer and it's not. So where did it hide? And the last time I used it was on Tuesday night when I was doing the stuff with you guys. Okay, we got blue and blue and purple and blue and purple. Okay. It's not there. It's not there. Should not be in. It was in the wrong drawer. It was in with my Stellars. My Stellar inks. It's not supposed to be in with the Stellar inks. They're different. They're the same, but they're different. Okay, we're going to grab up some of this. I'm going to try this time not to put too much down. I keep on putting too much ink, and I just want a little bit around the edge so it doesn't look white. which is one reason why I'm using this one. That actually looks better than the other ones did. Okay. So you can't tell, but it is a little bit soft cookie dough brown. Okay. And then we're going to do some more of those colors on him. So let's go in the center with the cookie dough. Okay, so the quote ad is not wanting to work. Terry Cooper tried to use the quote ad, and it didn't work. So it's either ad quote or quote ad. And I don't know which one it is right now, and I'm not going to look it up. But she tried to add a quote. Instead, it wound up being quote number 13. Welcome to this crazy group of chatters, from Ms. Gloria Wolf. Okay, so this is going to make it this is the highlight area that I want to have as a lighter color in the center. And then we're going to come in with another brown. What do we want to use? I'm kind of wanting to go with Weeping Willow and just go soft if I can. Because it's kind of, this is a, Weeping Willow to me seems a little bit warmer than whatever the other one is, than Woof. Jax, no, I'm going to go soft. Because we want just a little bit of color around the edges to make him look a little bit rounded. Because he's a walrus, right? He's going to be round. And ink blending on one of these, just so you guys know, it is a little bit, it kind of wants to stick. It's easier to ink blend on your mat, but on your glass mat. But this one makes it so everything stays in place. So you kind of have to just decide, what do you want to do? This one is really good for stenciling. I think that's probably what I'm going to do with it more. But I also have a lot of little pieces. Terry Cooper gives up. Whenever something goes missing, it's time to blame the Todd's feet. Okay, Ruth, if you are in here, can you add that as a quote for Terry? Because I know you know how to do it, and I don't remember. Okay, so we have him, and really the only part that you're going to see that's lighter is this part right here, because the rest of it's going to be covered up. Let's go ahead and do his muzzle. And his muzzle is going to be a little darker. And then we're going to do his nose. And his nose is going to be more darker. And this one I am putting a little bit of extra pressure. Okay. So you guys have to decide what color shirt do we want him to have. Because we've got all of these colors. Ooh. I had a thought. But that would require cutting some of this. That would be cool for a shirt. I don't know if I want to do that. Smash the like button like you mean it. Okay. Okay, what do you think? Do I need to sacrifice some of this to make, where's my tweezers so I can pick it up, to make his shirt? Would have to go this way, and it would be big ones. So do I need to do that? I wouldn't have to sacrifice much. It just means that it would be a smaller panel in the center. Jackbox Chick, your quote, "Arg, I give up." Terry Cooper has been added. Okay, so it is all one word. That's what I thought, but I couldn't remember for sure. So thank you so much, Jax. That's because she uses those things too. What do y'all think? Jax did it. Yes. So quote number 127. Arg, I give up. Do we need to do that? I'm kind of thinking. Kim says no. Kim does not want me to sacrifice any of this pretty background. Okay, so we're going to go with, I could try to do a little bit of a blend on there. Let's put some of the blue up at the top, and then I'll come in with my purple that's still on the brush and do that at the bottom. Because you know what? Sailors can have any color shirt they want to. Light blue and gold with gold. Now, someone tell me what kind of pizza to order. Well, we had pizza earlier this week that we made here, and we put on it, and Todd doesn't like it that way anymore, but we put smoked ham and salami and pepperoni and cheese. Did Todd make it with his feet? No, Todd did not make the pizza with his feet. Guess who asked that?
Ruth?
No, it was Jax. You don't have to listen to me. I kind of like it down here, meaning I think I would need a little bit darker. So let's bring out a little bit more of the Crown Me. Actually, I'm going to start with a little bit more of the Midnight Snack and then do a little bit more of the Crown Me. Okay, that's better. So now we have it darker at the top. There we go. Darker blue. And then we'll do, yeah, that's the blue brush. Trying to make sure I'm using the right color. Yeah, pepperoni and sausage. We don't have any Italian sausage, but we do have salami. And the problem is with a lot of times those things, you have to be careful. Todd has an issue with MSG. It'll give him heart palpitations, and I don't particularly want him to die. So we avoid MSG. No dying. So we don't want the Todd to die, so we avoid MSG, and that means Italian sausage is really a hard thing to do because most of them have got MSG in them. There was some stuff that we used at one point that we thought didn't have MSG because it used to it, and apparently the recipe changed, and we wound up, I think he can taste if there's MSG in there. And if it says spices on the packaging, we don't buy it because that usually means MSG. There we go. I think that's going to be good. It's so cute. Okay, only thing I still need to do is his whiskers. And for that, I'm going to use one of my Dome blending brushes and some Black Widow. Simon's new black ink. No dead Todd's feet. No dead Todd's. Yes. Thank you, Stephanie. Stephanie likes the purple. And pouncing like this means that you're able to ink up those little slivers without ruining them, without ripping them apart, because that would be, if you tried to go back and forth, they probably would rip. Okay. So like I was saying before, you don't have to use colored cardstock. You can use your inks. Hey, Lisa, we are not done yet. Thank you so much for popping in, and you can always catch the replay later, too. So we're going to start gluing him together. I've got my Barely Arts glue. MSG allergies aren't a thing. Yes, they are. MSG is a thing, yeah. His mom has, what's the issue your mom has with MSG? Was that her stomach issues?
Migraines.
Oh, MSG gives his mom migraines, so she has to avoid it. And then Todd has it where it affects his heart, so he can have, I think it gives him arrhythmia. It's not palpitations, it was arrhythmia, right? It was arrhythmia. And that could cause, that could cause issues. We don't want that. Okay, so on these die cuts, you have got a little embossed line to tell you right where it's supposed to go. So we're going to put that on there, and I'm going to try to put it on there straight because the one that I did, I think with the orange the other day, didn't. And I also used masking last time and made stripes, so stripes is fun. And we've got his little muzzle. Does this one need googly eyes again like the last one did? Because you guys loved it when we put googly eyes on him. So we're going to put that on there. Thinking that probably needed to be a little bit darker. I've already got glue on there. I don't really want to do more. Okay, then we have, oh, I almost did it again. Almost did it again. I'm going to let that dry a little bit. We're going to put his tusks on first. Last time I had to cut the tusk because I forgot to put them on here. And luckily we do have that mark, because what I really need to do is put it on the back of there, but instead I'm just going to glue it down on here. We have a little embossed line on these, and we have the embossed line there to know right where to be. Okay, so it says Jack skips off to torture other people. What? I stayed at a Holiday Inn last night once, and now I'm a doctor. Everybody is saying yes for the googly eyes. Okay, so we have his little tusks on there. And now that this is dried a little bit, I am going to add a little bit more brown ink on there. And where did I put my... Here we go. So I've got my Weeping Willow. And I'm going to come in around from the outside first because I like to have it look a little bit rounded. But it is getting a little bit darker. So that's going to be... It's going to make it so that this stands out. I don't want it to be as dark as his nose, though. Okay, I think that one is going to work better now. Let's see how it looks. That looks better. Okay, now we can glue it down. Googly eyes would be cute. Yeah, it definitely makes it look like he's looking at you. Now, when I showed Todd some of the pictures on a couple of them, there's these little circles right here, little ovals, that are for his cheeks. Most of my cards, I didn't put it on. On the one that I did, I think I only put the cheeks on one of them. Todd said that he looked like he was high because he had pink eyes. Because he was thinking that those were his eyes. When it's supposed to be his cheeks. Okay, now we're going to put the whisker on. And you only need glue on the tips. You don't need it on the whole thing because part of this is going to overlap. And it does have little lines there to tell you where they're supposed to go. Is it this side or this side? I think it's this side. Okay, here we go. Nope, that's wrong. It's supposed to be the other side. Okay. I had it right the first time. One of the downsides of doing this on cardstock that you color with ink is you can lift some of the ink up with your glue if you don't get it down right the first time because it's wet and this is water reactive ink. So it can happen, but I don't think it really makes that big of a difference. So it doesn't harm it too much. He's going to be cute though. There we go. And then we've got his little nose. I didn't cut out his hat. Do we need to cut out his hat? I know you guys are wanting a pirate hat for him, but I don't have one. But there's our little walrus. I do think he needs a hat though. So let me cut that out real quick and then we will color it up with some of the blue or purple or both ink. I also didn't do anything with his pipe, so I do need to remember that he's got a pipe in there because that could be used on other things. A hat would be awesome. I know, right? He does have he's got his little beanie hat. So we're going to do that. Why is Roomba starting up again? I don't know either. Okay, I need a scrap of white. Did I throw a scrap of white away big enough? Yes, I think I do have a big enough piece. So I just need enough for this. And I'm not doing the pipe. I've already put his tusks and everything down, so I'm not doing the pipe. But that doesn't mean I can't do it at another point in time. Here we go. We got his little hat. The hat kind of makes the thing, though. Kind of has to have it. So he's going to be here by himself. Where's my cover? There we go. Yeah, Stephanie says MSG allergies can be fatal. So yes, be very careful with it. Any kind of allergy can. If your body decides to reject whatever it is that you just got, yeah. I mean, peanut allergy can kill you. As far as I know, I'm not allergic to anything. Which is probably good, because if I was allergic to anything, it would probably be that I was allergic to the Todd. And I don't want to be allergic to the Todd. Okay, starting off with the blue. And then we're going to come in with some of the purple, I think, from the top. And it looks like I picked up some of the brown, too. So it looks a little grungy. That's okay. His hat's not clean. He's a sailor. It's not supposed to be clean. Okay, we're going to put that up on top for him. Now our little sailor is all done. He is so cute. Okay, let's trim down our card panel. I do have to say I love this. Yeah, I love this guy. I love our little walrus. I've made so many of him already. I don't usually do that many of them, but he is adorable. I'm going to trim both of the top and the bottom down a little bit because I don't want to lose too much of it. So starting off at 5.5, cut it down 1/8 of an inch on the top, 1/8 of an inch on the bottom. So that's, I'm just making sure everything is straight. Okay. And then this is going to be 5 1/4 by 4. Okay, so we've got these two will work well. We've got sending a net full of thanks and casting a warm hello. Which one do you like the best? Which one do you want to use on this? And I am going to use one of the purples and not the black. The black looks really good, though. It will be used on lots of things. I hate it when I put things down, then I forget where they are. Okay. So no answers yet. Casting a warm hello. Okay. So this one does come with, and this again is the better press. So you could have done this faster without foiling by just using the better press. Anyway, this does come with the better press, and it has a die that goes with it. So you said casting a warm hello. So I'm just going to center that right over the top. And there we go. I think that's pretty close. You can see it's close enough. And like I've been telling you guys lately, put one end inside, just inside the lip there, and then press straight down so you don't accidentally shift your die. Because if you shift your die, it's going to cut in the wrong spot. I kind of like it down at the bottom. I'm not sure. We're going to see. Okay, first I'm going to go ahead and put this down with some foam. So we'll have our background down, and then we can figure out where we want to put our little guy. In the future, if you cut out the cotton white and then cut the top off point, you could look like a Navy sailor's. Yeah, I've done different ones. I mean, last year for Talk Like a Pirate Day, because I didn't have a pirate hat, I drew one and cut it out. I just drew one and cut it out and put it on my skeleton because I wanted to have a skeleton pirate. It was so fun. We had so much fun on that stream. And Jenna's saying foam. Yes, because foam is life. Thank you, Lisa. That's funny. Yeah. When is Talk Like a Pirate Day? Talk Like a Pirate Day is on September the 19th. It's International Talk Like a Pirate Day. And I kind of been celebrating that a little bit here and there for years. We've done pub crawls where we were dressed as pirates. I have a pirating outfit that does no longer fit. And I made the Todd dress up as a pirate too. And this, I have to trim my card piece because it's not straight. Because I apparently didn't fold it exactly perfect. It's like, it's just a sliver. I love that you guys like the commands and stuff. I know one reason some of you guys came over here is because when I did that live with the summit, I didn't have any of my effects on because, yeah, I think there was an issue. I'm not sure if it was me getting into their restream or what, but it was kind of getting a little laggy and glitchy, and we didn't want that for the live, so we didn't do that. And do we want purple at the top and blue at the bottom? That's going to be too much. What do you think? Of course, I could do him. Ooh. Could do him sideways. We could do that way, or we could do that way. Well, the googly eyes can go on last. That's fine. I'm not forgetting it. I'm just not doing it yet. So we could have the purple here, and then it goes up into, so it's kind of all blended together. Or we could add a little bit of contrast and have it like that. Or we could do that. See, he matches the purple, so I was trying to decide which way was going to be up. I think I'm going to do it here, because I can also put him on the opposite corner if I want to. So we've got a little 1/8 of an inch-ish border all the way around, my little white border that is not centered. Roberta says, just pick one. That's kind of what I do, honey. Okay, I think that's close, but not quite. Okay, I think I'm going to say that that's going to be close enough. Okay. So we can have him on this side, or we can have him on that side. I haven't done him on this side yet. Kind of like that. That's it. I do a lot of auditioning of my pieces so that I can decide what I want to do, and I think that's going to work. And then we can add a couple of little embellishments, and that'll be all we need. So lining him up down here at the bottom. There we go. Then we're going to do the casting a warm hello. Love that. I had not used their the Better Press sentiments yet. Let's make sure this is straight. And it actually was. That's good. And then I can add a couple of embellishments. I do have my googly eyes still out from when we used them on Tuesday. And I want the eyes to be small. I think I might have a couple of blue eyes in here. If that's the case, we're going to go with those. I don't want the big ones. I want the small ones. could do 2 different sizes and then it would be really... I don't know if I want to do that. Oh my god, that would be too goofy. That one's too big. That one's still big, but it's a little bit smaller. I could do them the other way. I think that's more balanced. What do y'all think? Do you want him to have 2 different color, 2 different size eyes? Or do they need to be the small ones? That's too funny. Oh, you've never seen colored googly eyes. I don't even remember where I got these. I don't use them that often. They sit in a drawer and I forget that I have them, and then I clean out the drawer and then I remember. Okay, so Dawn loves it with the 2 size ones. This needs to go to Kim in Alaska. Is Kim in Alaska still here? Or Melissa Klepser. I don't think Melissa's here either. I'm just thinking Alaska seafood. Kimano is saying they need to be the same size. Yeah, most of these colored ones are I'm going to try to use up at Halloween. I think that'll be cool because monsters with different colored eyes would be fun. I mean, pink eyes. Okay, looking for another blue. She wants them both the same size. So we could have them with the bigger. I thought I had some more of the small. Danielle says the same size. You bought the colored googly eyes from Dollar Tree. Yes, be respectful of the walrus. Okay. Okay, here's one of the small ones. Does that make you happy? Okay. They decided they wanted the eyes to be the same size. Kamana says, but if I'm overruled, so be it. So on Tuesday, I didn't have trouble getting the release paper off. Dawn says no, not happy. Dawn wanted them to be 2 sizes. She thought that was funny. Okay, there we go. Release paper, a little bit of glue on his eyelid so we can put that down. There's one eye. Now we can do the other one. Just glue them on. Well, okay, there's release paper on the back. So yeah. Which means it would be hard. It would be easier for them to come off. There is stickum. These are basically little stickers. So the release paper sometimes gives me issues. I have glued them on without that because I didn't realize they were stickers, and then they came off. And I was like, what? So most of the time I have trouble getting the release paper to come off, but if I don't take the release paper off, then your feistiness. I've noticed that. I don't know what is up with Miss Roberta. Should we ban her? No, we're not going to ban Roberta. There we go. And I don't put stickers on my cards in general unless there's adhesive under there, because you know what? Jax! Unless there is unless I put additional glue down, because the adhesive that's on the back of stickers, for whatever reason, maybe it's the humidity here, I don't know, but they just don't stick. Things come off too easy. So I mean, even embellishments that have got stickers on the back that have got adhesive on there, I can't use them unless I put additional glue, because they will always come off. Okay, I'm not going to do that right now. Let's find some bling to put on here, and I think I put all of those away. Yeah, here we go. I want to use some enamel dots because I have some in the right colors. So we've got some purple and we have some teal blue, and here's some more blue. I'll grab that later. I've got stuff I got to clean up, and then I got to edit a video, so I need to get done. I think I want to go with matte since we have so much shiny going on already. And I'm going to start up here in the corner and just do a couple bubbles. Let's go with dark purple or dark blue up at the top to go in with that light blue so you can see it. Give it some contrast. And the other ones I think can go purple. So I'm going to go with a light purple, a medium size little dot, and then a dark purple baby dot. And what do you think? Does it need anything else? I think that's good, but it also kind of feels like it's missing something. Like maybe it needs a little more something. I'm not sure. Where did I put my shaker card? My shaker card's around here somewhere. I need to show you guys that again, especially for you guys that didn't catch it and have not gone to the summit. He needs a bubble off to the side. Yeah, I was just thinking, oh, you need a thought bubble off to the side. We're not going to do a thought bubble. But yeah, that would be funny, having a thought bubble off to the side. A fish in his tusk. I don't have a little fish. Y'all just don't want me to get any other work done today. I can see how it is. I think I need a couple more little bubbles. Need something white in the open space. That would actually be a good place to put a little, put a seagull, but yeah, I think I'm going to leave it as that. I'm not going to do additional, but I could put, I'm going to put them over here. Come on, give me a little bit of glue. Hey, so SK says she just finished with the summit. I hope you enjoyed it. And did you see my, I don't know where I put him. I do have a shaker card around here somewhere. It's now hiding. Is it over there? No. No, this is the card that we're going to be making on Saturday. And there he is. Here's the cutie that from the summit. So this is the card that is my presentation at the summit. That video is up today. So you've got to, if you've got the free pass, you need to go today to watch that video or you're not going to get to see it because that goes away. I know they're giving a little extra time because they had some issues with the website, but it will be going away. They tend to give 24 hours. Come on, I want that to go down there. They'd give 24 hours for you to be able to watch the videos on any of the summits. That's just the way that those work. Unless you get the VIP pass and then you have lifetime, you can watch it anywhere. So don't put the seagull in there. Did you know that walruses could eat seagulls in a single bite? What? So we do have other ones where he's got his little buddy. Like this one. So these are, oh, is that still on? I had it sitting on top of the Glimmer and all of this is warm. But yeah, these all turned out super cute. That one, and they're just let their eyes shut and they're just kind of hanging. But this guy he's wide awake. Okay, you're Sharon. Hey, Sharon. Yay. So yeah, she loved the seagull. I love the little snail. This guy is so super cute. Let's see. Do I have my button still? I'm going to make him go across the screen again for you guys. So he's going to be right down here. There's my little snail. But he is a shaker card and he is an easel card, which would work better if I was on a flat surface, but I'm not. So it stands up so easy too. I hope some of you guys make one of these and let me see the pictures. You can post those on the summit and you can post them, of course, in the stream showcase as always. But I think this one's done. Let's go ahead and do the giveaway. And then I have to edit a video because I have another summit that's not coming up for a couple of months, but I need to get that stuff I need to get it in today. I did let them know that it might be late, but I'm going to try not to make it late. And that card is super cute too. So Where's the thing? Bum, bum, bum. Let me just make sure that it has been reset. And then we are going to do a giveaway. And I don't hear the music for that. And I don't know why the music is not playing. But that's okay. Go ahead and type into the chat exclamation point join to get in on the giveaway. And this is the card we're going to be giving away with his cute little googly eyes. After, of course, oh, you heard it great. So it just wasn't playing in my ears. Okay. That works too. Let's see if I can get all this stuff cleaned up. Where are my triangle trays? There we go. I just made them go all over the place. I'll clean that up later, maybe. Maybe. Yeah. I will be finding googly eyes for the next week. Your eye pour first attempt was eye rolling. Yes. So if you are on YouTube or on Twitch, you can get in on the giveaway by typing exclamation point join into the chat. And then we will be drawing in just a minute. I also have to make myself something for lunch because I'm hungry. I was also going to try to go to the gym today, and I don't think that's going to happen. I think today is going to count as one of the rest days that it was supposed to be the next 3 days. Instead, tomorrow I'm going to have to go to the gym because it's not doing it today. I'm picking up eyeballs off of my floor. I dropped a lot of them down here. Oh my goodness. Oh, there's one more. All of these were down on the floor. Type in exclamation point join to do the thing. Yes. I didn't. Okay, Suze. How could I go to the gym if I was going to be doing that live stream this morning? Yeah. I'm going to go back. This is actually week 1 of me trying to do the Jamie Eason Live Fit workout thing again. Last time I did this was in, I don't know when I stopped, but I think I started like in 2008 or 2009. And that's because, no, it was after 2009 because Todd he proposed in 2009. So this would have been 2010, probably 2010 because I was getting married. So I tried to get in good shape during 2010. Store a guy the eyes in a test tube or potion bottle for something witchy. Yeah, I know, right? But then I wouldn't use it because I'd leave them. If I keep them in a drawer, if I keep them in with embellishments, then I might actually use them. That's the goal. We need to use the stuff we've got. We've all got too much stuff. Aw, thank you, Jax. It took a lot of work. I was just a little bit less than what I weigh now. Not by a ton, but I was a little less than what I weigh now when he proposed. So it was a lot of weight I had to get off, and I got my muscle back and things. So you guys have all seen pictures from my wedding day because the logo, that was actually taken the day before I got married. And I use it all the time now. So anytime you see that picture, yeah, that was from my wedding day weekend. And then in a couple of weeks, we're going to be going down and staying in the same hotel or the same B&B. I think it's a B&B. We're going to stay in the same place that we did when we got married. So we're going to have, we're actually taking a vacation and we booked it yesterday. So it's awesome. Of course, the best picture of me is the one of us together at the campout. Leave Todd and marry me. Jax is asking me to marry her, honey. He's just, yeah. He's like, But yeah, it's going to be relaxing, and I'm planning on going. It's going to be down in Venice, so we're going to be down there, and on our way down, we're going to check in, and then I'm taking the van. I'm going to go see Ashley at Artistry, and hopefully I will be uploading video or something that weekend. So it's going to be in a couple of weeks, but hopefully sometime that weekend to be able to share with you guys, because I'm going to get to see where all the stuff is made for the Artistry Iron-On ink. And I know you guys like that. Welcome in, Holly. Yeah, glad you didn't miss it. We're giving away this card today, and this is the one we're going to be making in the class that's happening on the 14th. You can still get in on that class if you haven't already enrolled, and that's at edu.debbiejscraftingcorner.com. So that one is going to be a live workshop held on the 14th, and then, of course, it's going to be available after the fact for the replay. Oh, thank you, Hud. Yeah, I really haven't taken any time off. If I do take off, it's usually where we're going to hang out with his family. So traveling to Ohio and then editing videos and doing live streams with you guys. I still tend to work even when I go on vacation. I think it's probably been 5-ish years since the last time we actually took a vacation. So I'm going to try not to work too much during that. So anyhow. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and draw. I think you guys are ready. Anybody else? Okay, we'll wait until Daffy's done.
Now what? Brother, what a way to run a railroad. Now, as I was saying...
Thanks, Ann. I know, but okay, it's kind of hard to take time off when you love what you do. So yeah, we really haven't taken the time off. And yeah, Todd was wondering, what are we going to do while we're there? I mean, last time we went on vacation, we really didn't think about what are we going to do while we're there. But this time we were kind of thinking of it. So Ann, if you want in on the giveaway, okay, you did the thing. We also did, look at this. Oh, the drum roll does still work. I just haven't, I don't think there was a command drum roll, but I do have a drum roll button that I do before I do the picking. But I have to be able to reach my Stream Deck to do that. Hey, Jax, did you hear that there is a virtual Stream Deck now? Where you can put the Stream Deck up, using all the things you do for your regular Stream Deck, you can put it up on your computer and just click. Which works good for people that have access to doing the clicking, but I have to do, yeah. It does, some of the things will still work for that. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and do the giveaway. Anybody else want to get in on this before I hit the button? Just checking. But yeah, and it's actually not going to be taking time away from you guys, because it's going to be, I won't be doing my Thursday stream. Maybe I'll do it Wednesday instead. I don't know. But we're only taking off, it's going to be just a long weekend. Anne had to make sure that she got in on it. Absolutely. Oh, she had to make sure she got in on it a second time, because she already did ! Join on Twitch. So she went over YouTube and did it over there too. So anybody else want to get in on the giveaway? You can enter on both sides. I'll give you like a few seconds, but I need to eat. I need food. And sometime today, I need to misbehave. Adeline says, hi, Anne. Okay, we're going to do it. Ready? Okay, count down. Who's it gonna be? Who's gonna win this? Miss Stephanie. Congratulations, Stephanie. And I just popped the form into the chat. There you go. So be sure to fill out that so I know to send it to you. And make sure that you let me know that it is the, what do I want to call this one? Sometimes somebody says that I won the card from whatever live, and then I don't know which one it is without going back and watching the end of the live to find it. So I would say walrus card with foil background, maybe something like that, or casting a warm hello. But yeah, go ahead and fill out that form, and I will get this in the mail to you. I do have a few that I need to get out, including remailing one because I didn't have a full address and it came back. I hate that. Anyway, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye because, yeah, I'm hungry and I need to finish this. I do that too, but sometimes Post-it notes come off because you guys have seen me write them on there and actually stick them inside. And sometimes, yeah, this one could be Mr. Blue. I don't remember if I've got another blue one, but anyway, but yeah, let me know that I need to send this one off to you and I will get that in the mail to you. I've had to do that too, where I had to go back and watch to see which card was it that I made that I said I was giving away, because I have cards that are not giveaway. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful night. What's coming up? Be sure to watch the rest of the Cardmaker Success. Not that one. I've had too many summits. Scrapbooking Fun Summit, which includes scrapbooking and card making all rolled into one. So if you're a paper crafter, it's great for that. So if you don't already have your free ticket, today is day 2, and this is going through the 8th, so you still have more time to use your free ticket, and you can get that at the scrapbookingfunsummit.com/DebbieJ to use my link. Go ahead and do that and watch all the fun videos. And I'm going to try to be in the chat for most of the live Q&As that I can. And I will see you guys. Can I post a link for the live from this morning? Sure. Let me find that. It's not that one. That's today's. And let me find. Yeah, I still have Yana's page up too. It's on the Embellished Connections YouTube channel. So let me stretch over here, get to my computer. Sometimes I have to type more than others and it just does the search. We are wrapped up today. Tomorrow at noon. See you then. What's going on tomorrow at noon? Tomorrow's Saturday. Oh, tomorrow at 3 is when not tomorrow, next week at 3. What's going on tomorrow at noon? The summit thing? Let me go to the channel and just find my stream and give you guys the link. Because I didn't actually get to hang out in anybody else's stream yet. I popped in for a little bit of the one with Tracy yesterday afternoon. Okay, the Q&As. Okay. What is that keyboard? This one is a Logitech wireless. It's old. I love it though. And where's my chatty chat? So that's the link to the one that I did this morning at 10 a.m. We had fun. Sometimes I've got the energy and sometimes I'm not. And I'm kind of surprised I had that kind of energy at 10 a.m. But then again, what do I usually do on Fridays at 10 a.m., Jax? So anyway, I will see you guys soon. Hopefully I will be on playing Fortnite at some point today. I need to do a little bit. And a lot of times yes, I usually play with Jax. I didn't lie. I didn't tell you I was doing it because I knew that this was scheduled. Hi, Scudgecraft. I'm saying it wrong. Thank you so much. Thank you for the check-in. Oh, but I didn't say I didn't know when you play. I know when you play. I said, what was that? What do I normally do at 10 a.m. on Friday? What I normally do at 10 a.m. on Friday is play Fortnite with Jax. And I wanted to do that and I just can't because sometimes I got to do the things. Just like sometimes you got to go do DoorDash. Oh my God. Anna's saying that I need to have a game newsletter. I don't think that's going to happen. It's mostly I do that once a week. Sometimes if she plays during the week and I have time, I'll pop in as well. Sometimes I'll pop in with Country Guy who goes live at 5 p.m. on pretty much every day of the week. So it just depends on what's going on as to what I have time for. But I try to do all the things. And a lot of times if I play by myself in the afternoons, it's because my brain is tired from doing all the things during the day. I still have a lot of things I want to get done for you guys. So, like the membership and all that stuff. So hopefully that'll be coming soon. You guys have a great rest of your day. I will probably see you in the chat for craft roulette this afternoon, which I think is like at 7. I always forget what time it is, and then I sit down to have dinner, and it's like, oh yeah, it's on. So I go back in there. I at least say something in the chat. Maybe I'll do a craft roulette card. I don't know. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I love y'all. Thank you again so much for being here and hanging out with me, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, guys.